See? Yeah! Hold on. What's up? What's up, Lux Tyra? What's happening with you? What's happening, Ashley? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? I wanna welcome y'all to today we're having a little, I guess, a marathon. I'm doing 4 freaking stores today, y'all. It took so much research and time. Like literally, I've probably spent close to like 9 hours, maybe even longer than that. It was probably like 10 hours that I've done on research, going through this crap to make sure that I got all my facts right and ready for the stories. One of the stores, maybe 2. Oh goodness, maybe I think at least one of the stores was actually suggested. So Felicia said you ain't seen me. I ain't seen you neither. Look, I'm telling y'all. First, well, I haven't actually posted a video on TikTok in like several weeks, so I'm sorry about that. But I ain't been here really, and so, but I was able to do my research so we can actually get this. I'm gonna make a video out of one of these videos, like a TikTok video, and I want to try to get this video on my YouTube. So if you can't see all of it, you'll be able to see at least some of it. But yeah, y'all, today we got a lot to talk about. Literally. When I say literally, I mean literally, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Turn it up a little bit. If this is your first time, I want to welcome y'all here. Most of y'all is not your first time, but y'all, it's gonna be fun. Like, you know how long it took me to do these stories to get everything together. It's gonna be very, very fun. Tiana, I'm glad to see you. Alicia, thank you, Alicia. I went to the Black Rodeo last night. It was actually pretty fun. I went down there on the coast. It was nice. What's up, Sweet Sassy Shay? It's good to see you again. SK Mac, yeah, it was in, I think it was Biloxi and Gulfport, 1 or 2. You know, they're right beside each other. But yeah, a Southside BD, don't play with me. It's Orange Crush and Rum. Orange Crush and Rum. That's what I'm drinking. Finally early with my wine. It's good to see you, J Rock Box. Y'all, we got about 100 of y'all on here right now. We are getting started in just a few minutes. So if y'all ain't never been here, welcome. Welcome. We gonna get started. Today we're gonna be talking about 4 different stores. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna keep that on the screen. We're doing 4 different stores today, y'all. Let me turn it like this. I want y'all to be able to see the light. I think that's better. All right, cool. We doing, 4 different stores. It's gonna be real fun. Yeah, so I'm sorry to say, but fun. We're the Kids. Yes, we're going to 4 stores today, y'all. We're doing 4 stores today. So if you can't be here for all of them, that's fine. But you can stay here for at least 1 or 2. I mean, or at least 1, I guess. But I'm gonna be here for a minute. I'm probably gonna be done until about 5 o'clock, 5, 6 maybe. Also, with you guys, I'm gonna be needing y'all to hit them likes. Now I know I turned that thing off. I know I turned it off. But I'm gonna need y'all to hit the likes because today I want 1 million. I'm sorry. I want 1 million likes. I want 1 million. We did it before. Last week we got to what? I think 500,000 or something like that. I think we got like, 500,000 was the last week or week before last, something like that. Now, tap that screen, do whatever y'all gotta do. But I want it. All right? We are gonna be getting started in 2 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to come in, sit down, shut up, and get your stuff together. Y'all, oh man. So today we're gonna be talking about a man and his wife. The first one's about a man and his wife. The second one, Oh, the second one is terrible. Oh gosh, the second one, and the second one is gonna be long. The second one is gonna be long. I'm telling you, it's gonna be long. That one alone is probably gonna be like an hour long. It's a long one, but it's a good one. But it's terrible. I mean, that man took out like 6 people, like for real. The third one, and I'm not gonna tell y'all no names until we get there, so y'all just gonna have to sit, figure it out. The third one is gonna be more of a mystery. I ain't gonna lie, I really like the third one. I mean, someone passed away, so it's bad. But I mean, like, I liked you. When I get there, you'll understand what I mean when I say I like it. The third one is gonna be a really good one. The fourth one, y'all, we dealing with grave robbing, cannibalism, decapitated bodies. We dealing with all type of crap on that fourth story. So yeah. The fourth story is gonna be probably the most. Whoa. The third story is gonna be more, I guess, heartwarming, I guess is the best way to put it. The second story is gonna be the craziest one. It's gonna be the craziest one. The first story, it's a little different. It's good too. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna be dealing with cannibalism today. So people eating people, grave robbing. We're gonna be dealing with taking out entire families. We're gonna be dealing with all of it today. All right. I try to find some really, really good stories for today. So make sure that y'all are ready for this. It is 2:07, y'all. It's 2:07. We got right at 200 of y'all sitting up in here. I know more gonna come as the live goes, so I'm not gonna hold y'all up any further. I do want to let y'all know, likes. Hit the likes. Right now we're at 17,000 likes. Well, 16.9. Well, now we're at 17,000 likes. That is awesome. Keep like that is a free way to help your boy out. I definitely appreciate it. Now, Zombie Antigen, you just sent me a heart. I appreciate you. Wait. That's how you do it. They do this, and then they do this, and they do this. Thank you for the gifts as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate all this stuff. Asia Russian, thank you. Thank you for the gold. I don't know what that is. The gold hat. I appreciate you. Thank you for all that. I appreciate all of you guys. But a free way to help you boy out is to like and share. The more likes, the more it boosts in the little algorithm type deal. The more people can join. The more people we have on the live together. So y'all like it when we all talk and bullshit together, right? You like that, right? So let's keep it going. All right. Okie dokie. All right, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get started. It is now 2:08. Let's go ahead and let me ask you first, where y'all at right now? Where y'all at for today's marathon? We got a marathon coming today. Where y'all at right now? Where y'all at? I see Houston, Louisiana. I love it in Las Vegas. Victoria, Jackson, Tennessee. I was there last week. Jocelyn, Nevada. What's happening? Merida from Texas. Amivi from Houston. Kiki from, it moves too fast. Sorry. Shelly from Tyler, Texas. I see Charlene from California. Jules from Texas. Miss Cat from Texas. Shan from Virginia. I see Brittany from North Carolina. Ashley from California. Southside from Atlanta. Tiana from California. I see Oregon, Baltimore, Tallahassee, Dakota, St. Louis. I see the Bronx. Nottingham, UK. I want to go there so bad. South Africa. Who's from South Africa? Who's there from South Africa? Y'all know I always got to give South Africa a special shout out. Lee, what's happening? Jennifer from New York. Charlie from California. Nene from Indiana. Big Lotto from Tennessee. What's happening? Tam from Georgia. Dana from Indianapolis. Ree from South Africa. What's up, Ree? South Africa, next week's story is coming from you guys. Coco to go to Detroit, Michigan. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Detroit, Michigan. I see Nene from Indiana. Asia from Detroit. Somebody shared the live. Thank y'all for being here. All right. Now is what are y'all drinking on? I got me some this is rum, this is Malibu Black Rum and Orange Crush. What y'all drinking on right now? Water. Good. I got water too. A lot of water. I see still people from all over the place. See Coke, Coca-Cola, ice water here in Vegas is hot. I bet it is. Juice and water mix, mascara. Is that supposed to be Moscato? Water, Minute Maid, water, Mississippi, Louisiana Blanco tequila. That's what's happening. Mick, I don't know what that is. Sweet tea, mimosa, beer. MD, Mad Dog 20. I got Mad Dog up in the refrigerator. Green tea because I'm pregnant. Congratulations, Alicia. Hey, everybody tell Alicia congratulations. She's pregnant. I see water, Fort Worth, Texas. That what happened. Hard Mike Cisco, Sundrop, XXL. I got XXL up in there. Water. Yes, everybody congratulate Alicia. It's always good here. Alright, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first story we're going to be talking about. Today. Bring this thing in a little closer. Get a little closer. Alright. Bring the thing a little closer. The first story, y'all, we're going to be talking about today is going to be Vincent Hart. Vincent Hart over here, y'all. Vincent Hart. Has anyone heard of Vincent Hart? Who's heard of Vincent Hart? Who's heard of him? Anybody heard of him? No. Good. I ain't gonna lie. I chose some stories that I don't think are as widely known, but they're all equally crazy. So, yes, today we're going to be talking about Vincent Hart. Now, Vincent Hart, that is his wife, Caitlyn, right beside him. That's his wife, Caitlyn. And there's another person who we're going to get into, which I don't have their picture. I decided to leave them out of it. But, yeah, this is Vincent and his wife, Caitlyn. All right. So, Caitlyn and Vincent, they had been married for some time. Let me go ahead and show, like I got your picture right here. They married for some time. Now, they lived at 20 Farmview Drive in Hemlock, Pennsylvania, which is like Bloomsburg. And I actually was able to find pictures. I went to Google. I don't know. I've never done that before, but I went to Google and I found pictures of their address. I'm going to show y'all the address, all right? This is part of the address here. I'm gonna show you a better picture. This is straight from Google. I went to Google and I had found the address. All right, now y'all see the house. This road they're on right now, y'all. It's like in the middle of it's like in the middle of the woods. Let me see if I got a better picture. This is from the other side. The first picture was looking at the house this way. This picture's looking at the house this way. So same road, but you see how there are all these trees everywhere? That's exactly how it is. It's a road. A road looks like in the middle of the forest, in the middle of nowhere, like for real. And this is where they lived. And y'all see all those cars. Y'all see all them cars they got and all them people. So we know who we dealing with. All right. How you doing, Martina? Sit on down. So, now, this is the most recent thing that I found on Google, once again, because I just went to Google Maps, and I put the address in, and this is what pulled up. I don't know if they were done fixing the house, because it looks like they're in the middle of renovation, because you can see kind of from the side over here that they're not quite done fixing on it, but yeah. All right. So this is where they live. Now let me go put their pictures back up on here so y'all know who we're talking about. They lived at 20 Fairview Drive in Hemlock, Pennsylvania, which is like Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. I think it's like Hemlock Parish or something like that, whatever. Now, their relationship was under some strain. Now, the reason why their relationship was under some strain, it was because of both of them, but right now we're going to talk about Caitlyn here. Caitlyn Hart. Now, Caitlyn, she had problems in the past with illegal substances. Y'all know? The substances was Hero and. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Hero and. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Or do I need to break it down even further? I need y'all to answer me. Yeah, y'all. I see. Thank you, Kitty. All right, cool. Now, due to her usage of that particular substance, she had to visit a treatment center and get treatments known as methadone. So I had to look up what methadone was. I didn't know what methadone was, but methadone is a medicine that is used for people who use Hero, And it's taken daily to relieve kind of like the withdrawal symptoms and stuff like that. Normally, the program when you're taking methadone is suggested for at least 12 months, so at least a year. So she was in the middle of this program taking methadone daily for a year. All right. Now, this was one of the strains that was on the relationship. Now, even though it was a strain, it wasn't the only strain that was on this relationship. Vincent also had issues as well. Now, I'm assuming, I'm going to use my brain. When we get down to it, I'm going to tell you why I put those pieces together. But I'm assuming it's also for substances and stuff of that nature. He was also seeing a counselor. Now, she was going to get treatments, but he was seeing a counselor. All right. Now, I'm not, once again, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what for, but I'm sure it was for substances as well. And when we get there, I'll let you know why. Yeah. Oh, wait, actually, I'm right here. So, I know this because he and Caitlyn used laughing gas. It's also known as like nitrous oxide, but it's laughing gas. So apparently, laughing gas, from what I found out about it, is generally used in like dentist offices and stuff like that. Ace Jackson. We're talking about Vincent Hart right now. We're doing several stories, but right now we're talking about Vincent Hart. But, so laughing gas is normally used in like dentist offices from what I was able to find of it. And it's called laughing gas because it makes you happy. You get the smile, you know. There's the devil's lettuce, which apparently makes you happy, but it doesn't always make you happy. But laughing gas really, it makes your day just wonderful, from what I can tell. Now, yeah. Now, Caitlyn was very close to her sister Heather. Her sister's name was Heather Lane. She and Heather, they talked every day about everything. She talked about their relationship. She talked about, her treatments, because she was going to the place to get her treatments done and all that type of stuff. They talked about everything. They were sisters. That was really, really good. And Heather was Caitlyn's rock while she was going through her treatments. So, good sister bonding. We love to see it. We love to see siblings, really get along. Because so often siblings don't get along, and it kind of sucks. I can't relate. And so when I hear about that type of stuff, it's like, dang, that sucks. So, yeah. If y'all love y'all siblings, y'all, that's already a blessing. So many people do not get along with their siblings. So that's great. I want to take a second and thank you guys for liking the live. Right now, y'all, we have 50,000 likes. That is awesome. I've only been talking for 8 minutes. Let's keep it going. Like I said, I want a milli. I want a milli. I promise y'all 4 stories. And I'm here for 4 stories. God dang, that hurt. So we get a milli, all right? All right. Now, Caitlyn and Heather were so close that they also shared their locations, all right? CC, oh no, am I late? Only a couple minutes, sit your ass down. Plus, I'm doing 4 stores today. You just came at the beginning of store number 1. Sit down. So, she and Caitlyn also shared their location on this app called the My360 app, the Life360 app. So the Life360 app, I should have did more research on what that app is, but apparently you can like track your locations with each other. And I think it's like a fitness app, so it like helps people keep accountability of each other. Like if you're with people and y'all like, we're gonna go run it, we're gonna keep track of our steps and stuff like that. You can do that on the Life360 app. Seems very popular. Thank you, Cece, for that rose. I appreciate you. So now, let's keep on moving. We're in June 19th of 2025. Caitlyn and Vincent are at home, and they're just chilling. Caitlyn was on Snap. She was on Snapchat. Down there. Now, Vincent somehow got a view of her Snapchat. I don't know what he was doing looking over her shoulders, but he looked over her shoulders and he saw she was on Snapchat. And he saw that she was talking to guys. Now, keep in mind, they are married. So he's like, bitch, who the hell are you talking to? Now, Caitlyn was like, oh, Vincent, I wasn't talking to nobody. I swear. And he was like, you a lying hoe. And so they got into a big argument over this. And this, thank you for that cowboy hat. No cap. Gotta keep mine on. And it turned into a really major argument. Now they was yelling, they was screaming, they was throwing objects, busting glass, all type of shit was going on. This is what they was doing. Now Vincent got so angry And somehow through convo, he threatened to destroy her items. He was like, you know what, bitch? I'm break your phone. I'm gonna flip the couch and punch the TV. I don't know what all he was saying, but he was threatening to destroy her stuff. You know, I guess it was just the type of person that he was. And she was like, no, Vincent, don't do it. Don't destroy my shit. He was like, I'm gonna destroy it, bitch. But whatever. So now, despite this, is this like a true crime story? This is a very true crime story. If this is your first time, T-Dog, sit your ass down, because we got a lot. Seductively honest, no. We just started, so sit down. All right. Now, despite everything, they had calmed down, and they decided to do a stress reliever. Okay? Can anyone tell me what their stress reliever was? What was their stress reliever? Who can take a wild guess what they decided their stress reliever was? Oh, I see a lot of really good answers. Someone said breathing. Oh, wait, I think I see what you're saying. I'm saying Whoopi, Methany, Hero, and I see SEGG, Cocaine, Hard. All right, I'm just going to tell you, they want to do laughing gas. Why be mad when you can be excited and laughing at shit and being goofy and stuff? So they got in bed. They was like, or however you react to it. I honestly don't know how that shit reacts, but apparently at some point they was laughing and they was like, you funny cheating bitch. And she was like, you're such a cuck. And they just got over it. It was very, very funny. And whatever. Now, Caitlyn. Now, after she was doing the laughing gas, she was like, oh, it's wearing off too quick. How can I make myself feel better? So she got a plastic bag. She took a big huff and she put the bag over her head, y'all. So what's the bag? I didn't bring a bag over here. But she was like, y'all, so she's like, y'all ever sucked in, y'all ever put y'all head in a bag and it just like sucked in and it was just, hold on, wait, I feel like I need a demonstration. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Woo! Alright, so she was up in there, she said, she was like, oh, yo, so that's what she did, but after she did it, you know, she took it off her head. She was like, oh, she like, bitch, that feels so good. And he was like, I know, I know. And so, whatever, after they was done, it indeed worked, and they enjoyed the rest of their night, and by 9:30, they both went to bed, all right? They went to bed, you know, just chilling. Now, we getting to 4:30 a.m. It's 4:38 a.m. as a matter of fact. So Caitlyn, she woke up early. Vincent was asleep. She woke up early. She's sitting there. She's looking up in bed. She's looking around. She sees Vincent. She's like, you weak bitch. And she, you know, she's just kind of like, whatever. She's thinking about everything that was going on because she got caught, you know, cheating. She got caught talking to another man. And she was like, the laughing gas wore off, and she's in her right mind. She's like, I don't think I can do this. So she actually packed her bags, or one bag. She packed the bag, and then she left because she was just frazzled. She was like, I don't want to be here. So now we're on June the 20th. So this was at 4:38 a.m. Now we're around 5 a.m. Vincent wakes up. He wakes up. Caitlyn ain't there. She ain't there. He wakes up, he's stretching. He scratched his balls. Farted. And Caitlyn went in bed. He was like, where that bitch at? And he realized Caitlyn wasn't in bed anymore. So he was like, whatever. Now, he and Caitlyn, they texted and communicated a lot. So the first thing he did after he woke up and saw that Caitlyn was not there was he checked his phone. So he checked his phone and he saw a message. Here is the message. Here is the message. All right, I'm going to read it for you, but you guys can read it yourself. This came from Caitlyn. It says, I love you so much, but I can't. I'm sorry for talking to them guys on Snap, but I need a break, like a brake pad. I'm going to have my friend pick me up. I'm taking a bag and I'll get a hold of you in a couple of days to get the rest of my shit. Please don't destroy my shit. I need my space to get out my head. So there's a lot of grammatical errors in here. So like right here, and I know this, I hope this don't sound bad, but it sounds like those ladies in like the nail shop. I'm taking a bag and I'll get a hold you in a couple of days. This is how I imagine. I'm taking back and I'll get hold you in a couple of days to get rest my shit. Please don't destroy my shit. This is how I whatever. He saw this message and he was like, cool, whatever, ho. And that was that on that. Okay. She must have written it in a hurry. Because it is what it is. So, he was sad, but he didn't sit for too long because later that day, he had to go and talk to his counselor. Remember, he also had issues as well. And he had to go talk to his counselor. So he was like, whatever, I'll go talk to my counselor in the morning. We'll get stuff out the way, yada, 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 bada boom, bada bam. Remember what I said? Like I said, I'm pretty sure that it was whatever. So now, he woke up later that day. He went to his counseling session. On his way back from the counseling session, his car had got stuck in some mud. And I found a picture of it. Oh my gosh. This is actually a video. Because while his car got stuck in the mud, some random passerbys, and there's a video of this, but I don't know how to put videos on here while I'm live, so I can't show you the video. But some dudes came and they pulled his truck. So this right here is the back of another truck. There's a line going across from there to there, and they was pulling his truck out of. He lost control and kind of went into the ditch. And yeah, so they pulled him out. And he had said, I believe he had said that he contributed to, he was being frazzled because he was like, oh, that bitch cheated on me and she left and all I got was a text message from that lying hoe. And so that's kind of what it is. All right. Now, let's talk about Heather. I don't have a picture of Heather, so I'm just going to put them back up on the screen. All right. Now, Heather. Remember, who is Heather? Who was paying attention? Who is Heather? Who is Heather? Who is Heather? Who is paying attention? Good job, class. Good job, class. Good job. My _love_ Maya. What's going on? I just joined. Oh, Maya. If you just joined, we already into the store, but sit down because I'm doing like 4 stores today. And honestly, we got a lot of this store left. So sit your ass down and like it and share it. By the way, y'all, we're at 96,000 likes. That is freaking impressive. Keep liking the live. Keep liking it. Let's go. So now, and thank you, Cherish I don't know what the last name. Thank you for that son. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Cherish. Cherish the moment. Oh, that makes sense. So now, Heather. Heather is Caitlyn's sister. Now, Heather, remember, her and Caitlyn, they talked all the time. Heather and Karen, they were ace boon coons. That was her sister. That was her sibling for life. That was her ride or die. So, Heather and Caitlyn, they talked every goddamn day. And so the next day rolled around, which actually was the same day, the 20th of June. They was kind of rolling through, and Heather ain't heard from Caitlyn. So she tried calling Caitlyn. Caitlyn ain't answer. She was like, "Oh, the bitch called me back." Whatever. Day keeps on going. Caitlyn ain't calling back. So Heather called her back again. She was like, "What is bitch at?" So she, was like, "Okay, whatever." So then, after a little while, she tried again, and she tried to keep going again, and she was like, She's like, "Okay, so." She uses the My360 app. The My360 app is what they use to check each other's locations. So she's like, let me check and see what this hoe is. She's probably out there whoring around. So she goes to the My360 app, and she sees that Caitlyn. Heather sees that Caitlyn's My360 app had not been updated since about 9:30 the night beforehand. So the app shows that it was around the house around 9:30 the night beforehand, which was the 19th, and there were no more updates. She knows her sister. Her sister keeps this app on her at all times. She keeps that thing going all the time. So she's like, what the fuck my sister is? But whatever. Now, not only was her sister not responding once again, like I said, since around 9 p.m. the night before. So Heather immediately, she was like, oh no, something's wrong. She called the police. She get the police on the line. The police, 911, and she's like, look here, bitch, my sister ain't answering my phone calls. And the hoe, I checked her location and it ain't moved since 9 last night. She said, go check on the hoe. And the police were like, okay, bitch, we'll go check on her. And so they decided to do so. So the patrolman, Bradley Sharrow, got the call and got right on it. And this is actually really good news. Because, a lot of times if someone's missing or something like that, a lot of times the police won't do nothing if it's been within like 24, unless it's been like 24 hours. But they did it like the next day. Like, they was on the shit. And so that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Jocelyn, you can talk. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. It's great. Keep the conversation going. I love to see y'all. There's a lot of B words in this story. I'm here for it. Oh, wait till we get to the other stories. We ain't got a whole lot of bitches. We got niggas. In the other stories, we got niggas in the other story. But this story is actually about the bitches. So we're going to talk about the bitches today. Well, right now. All right. So, the Hemlock police, they went to go and check on Caitlyn. They went to the house. They went to go and they questioned Vincent. They came across Vincent. Vincent told them, he was like, look, he said, Caitlyn and I had an argument last night. She's a filthy little lying fucking whore. Fucking whore. Filthy little whore. That's what he was saying about it. Then he showed them the text message. I'm going to show you guys the text message once again. He showed the text message. He was like, yeah, she sent me this at 4:30 in the morning and the bitch left. Like, what do you want me to do about that? He was like, I try to talk to her too. Because we talk all the time, but she ain't answer none of my messages. And so, whatever. The police, they thanked them, and then they left, and they started their real investigation. Now, pay attention. Between June the 20th and June the 20th and June the 22nd, so between 2 days now, the police, they spoke with everybody. They was going around, I'm putting them back on the screen so y'all know what I'm talking about. The police, they was going around everybody. They was talking to everybody, trying to figure out, like, hey, do y'all know anything about them? And, everybody was like, no. So they talked to Heather, and they even went to the place where Caitlyn was getting her methadone treatment from. They went over there to check and see when the last time she showed up. They was like, she ain't been in the last couple of days. We don't know. Now, they also got some phone records and saw that her phone was without communication since the 19th. So they have an idea around the 19th. And then also with Heather saying that the last update was around 9 p.m. 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. They see this and they figure, okay, this is probably the last time that she was here. So let's figure it out. They saw when they did the phone information and the communications records, they saw that it last pinged around 9:25 p.m. That was the last communication done on the phone. There was last pinged at 9:25 p.m. on the 19th. So with this info, they went back to speak to Vincent again because he was the husband, and they prepared. They were like, okay, we got to go talk to this man because whatever. Now we on June the 23rd, 2025. Keep on moving. Pennsylvania State Police, or PSP, the investigation team assigned to Caitlyn, Caitlyn's disappearance, they spoke with Vincent again at the Bloomsburg barracks. So the barracks is basically the Bloomsburg office. They went to the office, they told Vincent, they were like, come on down. Vincent came on down to talk to him. This is for their second interview with Vincent, okay? Now, he reiterated the same story. He told him the same thing. He said, look, I woke up and she was gone. He said, all right. I left my phone at the office after, at work, after I tried talking to her, but we still try to talk and text to her later in the day a lot. I talked to her, but she wasn't answering. He said, I didn't, and he was like, I didn't get to go to my counseling session. My counseling session got canceled. And so it was like, I didn't get to go there. I went to this gas station, Sunoco, at 100 Montour Street, Dansville. I should have Googled it, but I did not. He said, and that's about it. So I went there, yada, yada, yada. That's what he told it. I'm reading the comments. I'm not going to say nothing. We got to keep going with the story. Okay, we got to keep going with the story. So the police, they were like, oh, so you went to the gas station and got some gas? He's like, yeah, I went to the gas station and got some gas. And so they're like, okay, cool. So the police, they went to the gas station and they got the videotapes from the gas station. Now, on the tapes, they saw Vincent. He went into the store. He was walking around. He was looking for something. He was doing his number here. And then he finally went to the cashier. He asked the cashier for something. You can't really hear on the tapes, but they did go and verify. He went to the cashier. He asked the cashier. He was like, "Hey, y'all got some gloves?" The cashier was like, "No, we don't sell gloves here." And so he was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, can I borrow a pair of gloves? I just need one pair." Cashier was like, "Sure. We'll give you some gloves. We'll give you some gloves." Okay? And so the cashier gave him a pair of gloves and he put it into his pocket, and then he went to his car, which was parked at the gas pump. The car that he was driving at that time was a silver Chevrolet Silverado. A silver Chevrolet Silverado. Sorry. Okay. Where the cashier get the gloves from? It was the store, the people, the cashier, their own gloves they use for cleaning and stuff. They didn't sell gloves, but they had gloves for them to use when they was cleaning up and stuff. Okay? All right. Now, this was news to police. So when the police, they're looking at the videos, they see this, and they see at the back of this vehicle, they see this green box. See a green box, okay? And they're like, okay. Let's see a green box. Okay? See a green box. Keep that in mind, all right? And they also saw the car he was driving to the place. They were able to track the car. Now, it didn't say exactly how, but I'm assuming just based off of different surveillance cameras and video evidence and stuff like that. But they were able to track the car, the silver Chevrolet Silverado, going to a location that they had been looking for Caitlyn. They suspected Caitlyn to be around this area. So they're like, why didn't you tell us? Well, they didn't tell him at this exact point, but they were thinking like, why didn't he tell us he was going over there? He didn't tell us none of this. Okay, cool, whatever. So the police, they finally was able to get a warrant for his phone warrants, right? They finally able to get it for his phone records, and they saw that he visited a stretch of road off Shade Mountain. And who's here from Pennsylvania? Anyone here from Pennsylvania? Is anybody from Pennsylvania? Delta Mamas, you the only one? Oh, Custom Designs, you what? Oh, I see a couple of y'all. I see Dizzy. I see Philly, Lauren, what's happening? Michelle Turner. Jocelyn. But Philly, where you been? Cool. This ain't necessarily about where this area is from, Bloomsburg area. But if you're in Pennsylvania, represent. I'm not from Pennsylvania, but I just wanted to see if y'all from Pennsylvania. All right. So they saw that they were able to track his phone records to this area called Shade Mountain Road. Now, when they saw that he was there, they came back to Vincent and was like, look here, bruh. Why didn't you tell us he was on Shade Mountain Road? You told us everywhere else he been. Why didn't you tell us he went to Shade Mountain Road? And he was like, oh, I must have forgot. I don't know why I was out there. And they was like, okay, well, why you was out there? He was like, I don't recall, Shade Mountain Road is just a road that you drive down. Like literally, I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. When they try to ask him, they're like, why are you down Shade Mountain Road? He couldn't tell them. He couldn't tell them why he was down there. They was like, okay, bet. Oh, y'all, we had 150,000 likes. I missed the 100,000 mark. Oh, thank y'all. Hey, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Y'all amazing. We are a fifth of the way there, I think. A third, a sixth of the way there, something like that. Let's keep it going. Thank y'all. Y'all the best. We the best music. And it's only been like 30 minutes. It's only been like 30 minutes. Keep it going. Y'all know I want a milli. I want a milli. I'm stating my boundaries today. It's my boundaries, especially because we're gonna be here for a couple of hours. All right. So the police, they went to the spot where they thought he was, and they actually somehow, it didn't explain why. I tried to figure out my best. How did they find the video? Y'all, this video right here. I was trying to figure out how they came across the knowledge that he had went off the road over here. Okay, they were trying to figure out. They were like, okay, so this is around the area where he went off the road over here, and they saw that there looked like there was drag marks over there, like it was drag marks going into the forest, but they couldn't find anything. And so at this point, they figuring out that he did it, but they don't have any definitive evidence they did. They don't have a body. They don't have anything. But they somehow found out about this, and I couldn't find out how they found out about this. As a matter of fact, I actually got this video from the guy's Facebook. If you want to go look at the video, his name is up here, Brian Knepp. If you go to his Facebook page, he has his video posted on his Facebook. And so that's where actually I got this video from. Because this video was on the news site. I followed the link and I went to his Facebook page, and that's where I saw the actual video. So why he was recording, I don't know. I guess it's a small town. And you know, you get somebody pulled out of a ditch, it's just kind of like big news, and so he's recording, but whatever. But once again, despite all this, they didn't have enough evidence to do anything, so it was kind of was what it was. Now we're on June 24th, the next day. That happened on June 23rd. Now we're on June 24th. So Vincent, he was like, oh, well, I need some money. So Vincent decided to randomly and very quickly sell this item that he had. I also got a picture of the item. Well, this is not his exact item, but I Googled what the item was, and this is what pulled up. It was a 2022 Kawasaki UTV. This is what those look like, because I had no idea what that was. He sold this the next day. So after the police interviewed him, and they were trying to figure out what he was doing down that road, he sold this item right here. Okay? Now, the thing is, when he sold it on the 25th, the next day after he sold this, once again, I couldn't figure out how they found out he sold this. But the police found out that he sold it, and they were able to get this thing back to the police station, and they were able to do testing on it. Find out there was human red bodily fluids. Human red bodily fluids that was on that was inside this vehicle, on the passenger seat and in the back of it. Okay? So now, when they questioned him on it, it was like, yo, why did you sell this? Before they got the full analysis back. When they questioned him on it, it was like, oh, yo, why were you... Someone asked what year this was. Y'all, this just happened. When I say June of 2020, June the 24th, I mean literally like a month ago. It was August, so technically 2 months now, or a month and a half, whatever. This just happened. So when the police, they were asking him, they were like, yo, like, why did you sell this? He was like, I wasn't really using it. But they knew it was a lie because they found trail footage. They found trail footage of him using this as recently as June the 18th. He sold it on the 24th. The 18th, he was using it. He's on trail footage. People putting their cameras up there, so they saw him doing it. So it was like, yeah. And now, a little shortly after this, they did test the red fluid that they found inside, and they were able to determine that it was human red bodily fluids. So, yeah, they knew this. Now, we're on June 29th, so we're about, I think it's like a week. It's not too long after Caitlyn had disappeared. Heather, Caitlyn's sister, her ex-boon coon, Heather is the real bitch. She was like, you know what? We finna do something. So Heather had never given up. She kept looking for her sister. Now, during this time, volunteers had been looking for Caitlyn, but they have not been successful in finding Caitlyn, okay? Not been able to find her nowhere. So Heather had an idea. She's like, Heather remembered that Vincent used to own. I'm gonna put Vincent back up on there. And I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't get a picture, even though I saw it. I didn't get a picture of the property that I'm about to talk about. But Heather remembered that Vincent owned another property. The property was 86 Harp Lane in Montour Township, Columbia County, Pennsylvania. I also tried to Google that. And now Google, you can see like aerial, like the 3D aerial, but you can't see like actual Google images, like someone taking pictures of it. So I wasn't able to pull that up. There was a video from a newscast that showed it, and I forgot. I just didn't get it. But she was like, yo, Vincent used to own another property over here. She was like, hey. So she told the search group. The search group got together. They went out to the property. They asked the new owner because he sold it in October of 2023. He sold in October of 2023. And she went there. They asked the owner. The owner was like, yeah, sure. You know, if it's a search party, go look. Now, on this property, I'm going to describe what I saw to you. I should have taken a picture, but I didn't. Oh, thank you for the heart kisses, Lauren. I appreciate you. And thank y'all for liking it. Y'all, we right at 200,000 likes. We are a fifth of the way there. Yeah, a fifth of the way there. Keep it going. Keep it going. So now, Heather had went there and she asked them, they were like, yeah, the property, it was a small house. When I say a small, y'all know past new those like those real small abandoned towns, or not abandoned, but real small towns. You see like this old abandoned house on the side of the road. It was kind of like that. It was a very small house. Now, the house had actually caught fire and was burned down. I don't know if the fire was the reason why Vincent sold it or if it caught fire after he sold it. But at this point in time, there wasn't really much on there. Like, it was burned down. It was burned down, okay? Shotgun house. Thank you, Brad Mercury, for that. Yes, kind of like a shotgun house. So, the search party went there. They going on the property. They hand in hand. They walking around through, down the road, going over everything. It was kind of a large property from my understanding of it. Although the house was small, it was a lot of land. And some land was not necessarily on the property, but you could just walk there. You know what I'm saying? But while they was there, all of a sudden, somebody was like, hey, over here. They turned around. They looked. They went to the area and they found this green box. Y'all remember that green box? So they go to the green box, and the green box is kind of like, it was like about 180 yards from a cliff. It was like 180 yards from a cliff, and it's kind of like on the side from my understanding of it. There was no pictures of where it was found, so I can't really describe it, but based off of what they wrote down, it was 180 yards from a cliff, but it was kind of like on the side, so kind of like it was pushed off. They went there, and when they finally got down to the box, the closer they got to it, it smelled like death. They did not open it. Heather was the one, the sister. She immediately called 911 because she recognized that green box. She called 911. The police came, right? Police came, they scaled down, they got down to the green box, they smelt the rotting of whatever it was, and they actually had to like cut into the box because it was locked. And it was, even though it had only been a week, the remains were so badly decomposed, y'all. It was so terrible. Like, the only way they were able to, which I don't know if it was mutilated, but they said it was very badly decomposed. Maybe it was because of the heat or whatever. But when they finally was able to get into it, the only way they were able to identify positively was because of her tattoos. Heather was able to identify the tattoos. And they realized that it was Caitlyn. All right. So now they got a body. They got a body. So the police went and they arrested Vincent. Finally. Now that they got Vincent, y'all, we had 214,000 likes. I missed the 200,000 deadline. God, thank y'all. 200,000. Keep it going. The police arrested Vincent, right? So now they got Vincent. Now, once again, when they arrested Vincent, and now what's the people that do the postmortem autopsies? those people, they started doing an autopsy on the body. Now, this is coroner. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, Nene. It's a coroner. Thank y'all for that. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, because this is where, when I was doing my research, I was like, maybe he's telling the truth. We're about to see. The medical examiner, thank you. So, they did their investigation. There was no blunt force trauma. There was no evidence of pew-pew, nothing like that to the body. Nothing that they could see. They didn't find any type of poisons or anything in the body. Okay? So when they got Vincent, okay? They asked him, they was like, okay, Vincent, here's what happened. So what happened? So Vincent's now freaked out. He's arrested. He ain't really got no other option except to tell what he says. It's the truth. This is what Vincent said. Take it with a grain of salt. Do I believe it? I don't know. We're about to see. So Vincent said that he and Heather, they were at home. Okay? He's found out that Heather was talking to other men. They had some sort of argument. She was cheating on him, whatever. But obviously, they decided, instead of to drag it out, to do laughing gas. So they got laughing gas. He said, she said, and passed away. Yo, he said she passed away because of the bag. He said the bag. What's up, Jessica? What's happening? Yo, he said it was the bag. The bag did it. All right? Now, keep in mind, y'all, there is no evidence of any trauma or struggling or poison, anything like that. Do not show decline. So, C3 Custom Design, that's what it boils down to. So, did he just watch her? But anyway, after she had the bag and she literally just transitioned out of this world, all right? She's gone. He was like, oh, okay, what do I do? So instead of calling, do you think he called the police? Obviously not, because the police would have been notified by him. He said that he freaked out. He got her phone and her watch, and he threw them into a fishing creek near the fairgrounds in Bloomsburg. So after she transitioned out of this world, his first thought was, oh, let me get her phone and her watch and just get rid of them, because I don't want people to come here and see that we were using that laughing gas. The Rain camera in the background, music we didn't know we needed. I can't get it to stop. So many people are driving past my house. I got my motion sensor on. But then, this is the dumb part. Well, actually, all of it is dumb. But we're about to get to the real dumb part. So after he said, he looks like, after she passed away, and he threw her phone and watch in a creek, in the, a fishing creek near the fairgrounds. He came back to the house. There was this green metal box that was sitting in their yard. Let me see if I got a picture of it. Hold on. Let me see if I got a picture of it. Hold on. I don't see it. Wait. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see the green metal box? I don't see it. All right, I'm going to put this picture back up here. Someone said yes. I didn't see it. Come to think about it, I didn't see it. In the back? Maybe it was in the back. I don't know. But he said he got that green metal box. Then he just threw her ass inside the box. All right, he threw it inside the box. Then he drove around a little bit. He was like, oh, what am I going to do? Caitlyn's deceased. What am I going to do? And so he decided, he was like, oh, I'm going to honor Caitlyn's last wishes. He said Caitlyn wanted to be buried on his old property. So he took her to his old property that he sold the year prior to and tossed her ass off the side of a cliff. Do y'all believe that story? Do you believe that he threw her ass off the side of a cliff because she wanted to be buried there? When it said cheap burial, maybe so. If I was stupid, I'd believe it. Look. Keep in mind, y'all, there was no blunt force trauma. There was no poisons inside her. There was no pew-pew. There was none of that on the body. Maybe she did. In either case, the dude is in jail right now. He's in jail. He locked up and he ain't got a bail. The judge said you ain't getting no bail. You ain't getting out of jail. And this is where the story stands because this is so recent. This literally is like a month ago where everything started happening. At this point in time, he does not have a bail. He has not been sentenced. They're still getting everything together for his trial. Okay? So, yeah. That is the story of Vincent Harp. Vincent Harp. As the months go on, the story will come out. Maybe he did. Maybe he was innocent. We don't know. All right. Y'all ready for the second story? We had 250,000 likes. 250. We are a fourth of the way there. And we just got done with the first of 4 stories. The first of 4 stories. Y'all ready for the second story, right? Hold on, I gotta prove to TikTok that I'm still on here. All right. Oh, dang it. All right, cool. All right. We got 3 more stories going on, and we are a fourth of the way there. So good. Let's keep it at 250,000 likes per story. We can do that. Thank you, Kyria, for following. And thank you, Natalie, for sharing the live. Sharing the live, liking the live, and following y'all. These are some really, really good ways to help your boy out. Rose Morgan said you ain't seen me in months. I ain't seen you in months. So what's your excuse? I'm just playing. Thank you for being here, Rose. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get the next story, y'all. Is so stupid. The next story, y'all, is so stupid. The next story, y'all. Oh, gosh. We talking about the niggas. We got niggas in the house. This story actually was suggested by one of you guys. I want to give a big shout out to Melancholia Mood. She suggested it on this suggestion video that I had put out a couple weeks back or whatever I put up that video out. Thank you, Lauren, for that heart. And thank you, Christina, for those cherries. Thank you. Thank you, guys. But also shout out to Melancholia Mood for the suggestion. Melancholia, are you here? Is Melancholia on here? She probably ain't. Because, y'all, this story is so wild. This story is so wild. Y'all, this story is so freaking wild. I don't think she's on here. But, I don't know. So, let me ask you, has anyone ever heard of Mesac? I think that's how you pronounce it. Mesac, M-E-S-A-C, Damas. Mesac Damas. Or maybe it's Damas, D-A-M-A-S. Anyone ever heard of him? Who's heard of him? I ain't heard of him neither. When I saw this, I was reading, I was like, what the hell? There is so much, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to skip a lot of information on this guy because there is so much information on this dude. Okay? I had been here for an hour already. We talked about the other guy. We did him in an hour. I'm going to try to get him in an hour. I'm telling you, there is so much information. I literally had to I can't do everything. I can't do everything. Ken Pachizaurus, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. You are late. However, I'm doing multiple stores, and you are early because I'm about to start on store number 2. We're doing 4 stores today. This is store number 2. All right, y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with Misak Damas. Misak. That's what I'm gonna call him. Misak. Now Misak. I'm gonna call him Misak. Misak was born July the 2nd of 1976. He was born in Haiti. And he came straight from Hades. This man is a demon. Like, I can't even say anything. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't think it's a cultural thing. But the man was off his rocker. The man was off his rocker. Like, for real, for real. Dude was crazy. Somebody said he sweated his perm out. Hey, I got another picture. Let me see here. How about this? Did this do it for you, ladies? Check your panties. Check your panties. She's got those big old glasses on. I ain't gonna lie, if y'all notice that a lot of serial unaliver people all be wearing them same glasses. All right. So anyway, he was born on July the 2nd of 1976, and his childhood sucked. All right. He was abused, according to him. He was abused, and they were very poor. You know, him and his family, they couldn't even afford. They couldn't afford anything. You know, it was very much so. But despite being in the situation, his parents were self-practitioned Christians. You know, I'm a Christian. I'm always going to give it up for Jesus. Give it up for Jesus, all right? But he's from Haiti. So he did have family members who practice voodoo. So, yeah, I'm actually going to get to that in just a minute. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. When he was 10, now keep in mind, he grew up poor and abused. His parents were Christians. Despite all the good intentions I guess they could try to do, they left his ass at 10. At 10, when he was 10 years old, they was like, ha 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 ha, fuck you, bitch. And they left, and they went to America, and they left his ass in Haiti. So while he was in Haiti, he actually stayed with some extended family. Now, his family that he was with, they actually did voodoo, all right? They did what's called Haitian voodoo. Now, them people ain't say that. Yes, they did, Brittany Nelson. Yes, they did. They said, fuck them kids. And they left them. They left them up in Haiti. And so he was with his some extended family. And they practiced Haitian voodoo. So I got a little curious. And I was like, what the hell is Haitian voodoo? So Haitian voodoo is based in West African spiritual traditions and Catholicism, excuse me. So it's a mix of West African spiritual traditions, which we call voodoo, and Catholicism. It's kind of a mix of that. That's what Haitian voodoo is. Now, it was derived in Haiti during the colonial period. So, damn it, I should have looked up what the colonial period was. I'm so sorry, y'all. But I'm assuming some of y'all know what it is. So they worship spirits like, I thought it was Iwa. It could be an Elwa. I'm not sure. But Iwa or Elwa, whichever one it is, are spirits that serve as mediation between the supreme beings or the supreme being, which may be God. I'm not sure what the supreme being is as it pertains to West African. And the human world. So they worship spirits that are like, I guess what we would call like angels. Because they are the mediation between God, their God, and us. Y'all, we're at 300,000 likes. Keep it going. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going. Woo! But yeah. Y'all are amazing. Y'all don't understand how amazing y'all is. We're gonna get that 1 million today. Keep tapping the fingers and tapping the screen till your fingers fall off. Okay? Alright. So also they do ancestor thank you, Justinisha. Thank you for the marvelous confetti. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So they also do ancestor veneration, I think it was, and rituals that involve music and dancing and offerings. And honestly, it sounds pretty lit. It sounds pretty lit. Shaking that ass and praising the Lord. Or, oh God, I don't. Anyway, they dance and they, do worship and rituals that require dancing. So it sounds pretty cool. Lady Gaming, no, you didn't miss it. Because we're doing 4 stores today. This is only store number 2. And I just got started. So sit your ass down, okay? Now, despite the conflicting religions and, being a Christian and having family that was like Haitian voodoo and growing up with Haitian voodoo family members because his parents, they ditched his ass while he was 10 years old. He grew up to identify as an evangelical Christian, okay? Like his parents. So, good, great. Now, around 1995, 1996, when he was around 19, 20 years old, he also moved to America. So he was like, I'm going to follow my parents. I'm going to come out to America, all right? I don't and can't do live posts on YouTube. All right, Kendra. I don't know why you can't be here, though. Make sure you like and share before you leave, Kendra. But now, when he got to America, his search for love, it came across a woman named Guerline. I think I'm pronouncing it as Guerline. I hope I pronounced it right. I got a picture of her. This is Guerline. Hold on, who said that late? Liz, you are late, but we're doing 4 stories today. This is only store number 2, and I kind of just got started. Sit down. Sit your ass down. Don't go nowhere. I said sit down. Wait. That's how I gotta do. Sit down. So this is Guerline. He came across Guerline and they got married. Isn't Guerline pretty? She's a very, very beautiful woman. She, yeah. Very nice lady. Whatever. So they fell in love with the man and they popped out the children. They popped out the kids, okay? So I'm going to put the kids up on screen. Now, I'm probably not going to keep the kids up on screen the whole time but yeah. All right. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not entirely sure which ones are which. I think they're in order of, as far as age go. So if they're in order as far as ages go, I may be right. Okay? So, there's Guerline over here. Somebody said don't pronounce the R. Guerline. So they popped out. Everybody starts with an M. Miczach. I think you pronounce it Miczach. M-I-C-Z-A-C-H. Miczach. He was 9 years old. Or honestly, I'm not sure if Miczach is a boy or a girl. I assumed it was a boy. 9 years old. Then they had Marvin. And this is at the time of the big events, so y'all know. Marvin, 6 years old. Maven, 5 years old. Megan, 3 years old. And Morgan, 1 year old. Okay? Your rich auntie, you new here? Sit your ass down, auntie. Sit your ass down. We're talking about unalivings and true crime. This is what we're talking about here. So sit your ass down, auntie. Don't make me tell you again. All right? So now here's the thing. They had the first 4 kids before they actually got married. So they were actually having premarital relations. This is going to come into play. I'm telling y'all this now because it's going to come into play very, very soon. Thank you, Weirdy Kids, for telling me we have 351,000 likes. Give yourself a round of applause and keep tapping. Use the same fingers that you touch yourself with and tap that screen. Let's keep it going, y'all. I love it. I love it. They had the first 4 kids before they got married. So they was having premarital relationships. All right. I want y'all to remember this. Premarital relations. This is very important for the story. Okay. All right. So they got married and then they had the last child, which was Morgan. I'm going to put Morgan back over here. Morgan is the baby. They had Morgan after they got married. So if you want to be like super duper traditional, she was the only legitimate child. The others were illegitimate. Once again, I'm not making it fun. This is important to the story. This is very important to the story. All right. Now, Mesack here. Mesack over here, he's a jealous man. He saw Caitlyn and she was beautiful. All the men wanted her. She was nice. She was obviously very fertile. And he ain't want no man to talk to Mesack. And so he became jealous. He became abusive towards her, like verbally and physically. We're gonna get to that. But he was like, I don't know if he had an Haitian accent. I don't know what a Haitian accent sounds like, so I'm not even gonna try. But he was like, bitch, you better not be entertaining no other nigga around here. I'm the only nigga. I'm the only one. And she was like, yes, Mesack, you're the only one. You're the only one. Now, one day, this is how abusive this man became, y'all. Pay attention. So one day, Caitlyn, she went to work. She was going to work, right? Yeah, she was at work. He, instead of going to work, he decided, because he said, I don't believe this. She too fine. She too fine to be with me. This bitch is cheating on me. So he was like, I'm about to go to her job. I'm about to do a pop-up on this hoe. So instead of going to work, he went to her job. He went to her job. He went inside. And he said, give me the phone, bitch. And she was like, Mesack, what the hell? He said, give me the phone, hoe. And so he took her phone. Like, y'all, he took the phone from her. He took the phone from her. And he checked her phone while she was at work to try to see if she was talking to somebody, right? I mean, for real. Now, I'm not sure if he actually found anything, but he was convinced that she was a lying ass hoe. That's what he said. He's like, you a lying ass hoe. I don't get it. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. But we're going to keep going with the story. All right? Keep going with the story. So now, let's move on. We are January the 2nd of 2009. January the 2nd of 2009. They were at home. Caitlyn is at the house, just minding her business. She's holding the baby. She's holding Morgan. Let me put Morgan back on the screen. I don't want to have Morgan on the screen too much because I don't want to have the kids all out here. But move over. Morgan is the little one. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to put this picture. She's got Morgan in her hand. Now, all the kids at the house, she got Morgan in her hand. Morgan was an infant at this time, right? Now, Caitlyn was holding Morgan. Mesack came in the room. He came in and he said, hey, bitch. Hold on, put this down here. He said, hey, bitch. Why you letting that baby suck the titty? And she was like, I'm just breastfeeding. Like, calm your ass down. And he was like, no, if you let a baby suck your titty, you let niggas suck your titty. What's going on? What's going on? You cheating on me? And she's like, dude, I'm not cheating on you. Why do you keep thinking I'm cheating on you? And he was like, I don't believe you, ho. So he came up. He slapped the shit out of her. He said, slapped her. Now, keep in mind, y'all, she got the baby in her hand. So when he slapped her, the baby went flying. The baby fell out of her arms and hit the ground. Do y'all hear me? He slapped the shit out of her so bad the baby flew out of her arms. It was an infant, y'all. It was an infant. Infant. So the baby went flying, flew out of her hand, hit the ground. So she's down on the ground. She's trying to get Morgan up. And, you know, she's like, oh, like, what you do, whatever. And she's going off. So Gwilene is pissed. Did he actually call her a hoe? He's calling her a cheater. He's calling her a cheater. Now, I want y'all to understand, I do take a little bit of creative, you know, opportunity in these stories. But the basic of these stories are the same. If this is your first time, you're going to have to get used to it. Howdy. So anyway, Gwilene is pissed the fuck off. You know, let me put these up. Gwilene is pissed off. So she called the police. And Misak is actually arrested. Thank you, Janelle, for those hearts. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for liking it. We are at... Wait, where we at? How many likes we at right now? 400,000 likes! 400,000 likes! Let's go! Let's go! All right. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lauren, for that gift. Thank you for the heart. So now, Misak was arrested. Thank God she called the police. Cause Gwilene, she ain't no punk ass bitch. She's not one of them hoes that you can just, I'm sorry, she's not a hoe. She's not one of the women that you can just put your hands on. She was like, oh no, you got me fucked. So she called the police and got his ass right up on out of there. Thank you, Gwilene. Now, he was arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery. Okay? And he was given bond and he was ordered no contact to have with Gwilene. So he was given bond. He got out on bond and he was ordered, do not contact your wife and your children. It's over with. Like, let it go. Now, Misak, he's a helpless, abusive romantic. He couldn't stop thinking about his wife and children. He couldn't stop thinking about his wife and children that he tried to put them hands on. So he was determined to get his wife back. So every day, when he was out on bond, every single day, he was like buying flowers and he was sending her flowers and he was like probably writing notes. I don't know if he was writing notes in the flowers, but he was like getting the flowers like, oh, these roses will get me back in. These roses, she'll let me hit her again. And, you know, it is what it is. He still had his key to the house, right? So, he still had his key to the house and he would just randomly show up. So, every time he showed up, Gwilene, she was shocked. And she would try to get him. She was like, look, bro, get up out my house. You put your hands on me and I don't play this shit. Get up out my house. And he was like, I'm just here to see my kids. I want to see my kids. And I love you, Gwilene. I love you, bitch. Why can't you see that I love you? I'm the man for you. These hands were meant for your face. Why don't you see I'm the only one who's meant to do that? And Gwilene ain't going for it. She's like, bruh, get your ass out of my house. And it always ended up with some sort of argument. But he kept apologizing, saying that he wanted to see the kids. And it is what it is. Now, Gwilene, once again, not wrote here, my exact words, Gwilene wasn't no weak bitch. All right? She ain't no weak bitch. And all it took for one time for that man to put his hands on her, because when he kept showing up, she said, all right, now I'm going to get CPS involved. She got CPS involved. Cool. I'm with you, Gwilene. I'm with you when it's right. I'm with you when you're right. Thank you, Big Lotta, for those rolls. And thank you, Brooklyn, for those popular things. Let's keep it going, y'all. We got almost 700 people on this live. Let's keep it going. So, when she got CPS involved, she changed the locks so that the man could not get up inside the house. Now, Misak, he worked at a restaurant, all right? And he normally got off around 3 a.m. in the morning. So what he was started doing, since he couldn't get into the house, can you not tell a story and quit talking to other people? Oh, Crystal, let's get you up out of here. Block. Confirm. Don't come on my live with that dumb shit. All right. So, Nisak worked at some restaurant. He got off around 3 a.m. All right. So because he couldn't get into the house anymore because she changed the locks, he started showing up at her house and just sitting outside. He just was sitting outside. So, you know, just checking up on the kids to see what was going to happen. And he was sitting outside her house from 3 a.m. until the time she got up to go to work. Y'all, this man was stalking her. He was stalking her. And it was so bad. So, Gwilene had become privy to the fact that he was stalking outside her house. He was sitting outside her house, you know, when, you know, while she was, whatever, when he was getting off work. So she was like, oh, okay. So she started telling the police, hey, this man is stalking me outside my house. And the police became involved. I'm telling you, Gwilene is not no weak bitch. She was like, I'm not going for her. So when the police started getting involved, the police started doing like drive-bys around her house to try to see if he was going to be sitting outside. And he picked up that the police were coming up. So what did he decide to do? He decided to start getting in his friend's car and parking outside the house. Because the police knew what his car looked like. From my understanding, he drove a Yukon. That was the only vehicle that was mentioned that he drove. So he would swap vehicles with his friend. I don't know if his friend was a man or a woman. Throughout all my investigation, everything just said his friend. I could not figure out if it was a man or a woman. I don't know. I think it was a woman. And we'll get to why I think it was a woman in just a little bit. Obviously, you know, whatever. But, so, he and his friend would start swapping vehicles. And when he got off work, he would start taking his friend's car and sitting outside of Gwilene's house while, you know, just in the middle of the night. So when the police would come through, they wouldn't know that he was there because he wasn't inside of his Yukon. Y'all following me? Are you following me? All right. How many of y'all following me? All right. Yes. Cool. We got almost 700 people here. I need some responses. All right. Now, one day, he couldn't take it anymore. And he decided he wanted to take things into his own hands. All right. He wanted to see his wife and his kids again. Okay. So, Gwilene was at the house, right? He got his friend's car. He parked the car. He went out to the house. He found a rock. He busted in a window. So Gwilene's in the house. She's like, what the fuck? He busted in the window. She goes to see what's going on and find this dude, this nigga, but breaking into the house. So now she's freaking up. She's freaking out and all this stuff is going on. They get in, you know, whatever. This part is about to piss me off, y'all. I don't think she called the police because he was not arrested. Because keep in mind, he had a no contact order. So I don't think she called the police. Despite all this, despite him breaking into the house, busting a window, breaking to the house, the no contact order was lifted. That's why I don't think she told the police. Because if she told the police, there is no way they would have lifted that doggone no contact order. But after he broke into a house, the no contact order was lifted. Okay? All right. Y'all, we're at 480,000 likes. We're almost halfway to our goal. Y'all are truly the best. I ain't gonna lie. I would cry right now. But I ain't no punk bitch. Actually, I am a punk bitch. I'll cry when we get to 1 million. I'll cry then. Thank y'all. All right, so now let's move on. We at March 2009, right? Now, at the end of the month, Nisak kept begging to move in with Gwilene and the kids, all right? He was like, look, we're gonna do it. I want to move in with you. And she finally got tired of him. She finally got tired of him asking, and she agreed to let the man move back in with her. Gwilene, I was rooting for you. We was rooting for you. We was all rooting for you. But she decided to let this man move into the house. Now, I actually wrote here, When she let him move into the house, the no contact order was lifted. And I put a little note under here. This may be the reason why the no contact order was lifted. So after he broke into the house, she did not call the police. She eventually let him move back into the house and probably lifted the no contact order so that he can move back to the house. I actually wrote that as a note underneath here. So that may be how that all transpired, okay? Now, Misak, he still had a court case against her for a battery, and he pled no contest for a battery, and he was placed on 1-year probation. Y'all, we're at 500,000. We had 500,000 likes. We had... Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep the likes. Keep the likes. Thank you, Big Lotto, for those puffs. Keep sharing. Keep liking, y'all. We got almost 700 people on this live. Let's keep it going. So now, all right, let's keep going. He's back in the house with Ghislaine. I'm going to put Ghislaine back on here with him. He and Ghislaine. So we got Misak and Ghislaine. Misak and Ghislaine. They're back in the house. He feels so confident. Like, oh, yeah, she let me back in the house. I'm finna start getting coochie again. I'm seeing my kids every day. He think that he actually has a chance back with her. But Ghislaine told him, she was like, bitch. I'm not finna let your punk ass back in these panties. I don't want you. You put your hands on me. She said, I'll let you back in this house for the kids, but we are not getting back together. Now, literally, y'all, I make up a lot of shit. No, I'm not that much. But she literally was telling him, she was like, you back in the house, but I still don't want you. This is literally what she's telling him, right? As a matter of fact, her mom, Ghislaine's mom, had actually told her, she was like, look here. She was so against her letting him back in the house. She told him, she said, if you let this man back in your life, she told him this. She said, if y'all get back with him, she said, I am not going to talk to you no more. The mom told Ghislaine this. She told Ghislaine, she said, if you let this boy back into your life, I'm cutting you off. I'm assuming that the mom, she was like, she understood the gravity of the situation, and she felt her daughter was making a really, really bad decision and she couldn't support it. And so this also led Ghislaine into sticking, 10 toes down. We're not going to get back together. Okay? Now, this is the direct quote from Ghislaine. I don't know where the hell they got this quote from, but this is what they said, Ghislaine said. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do. My mom is probably right. Like I told you before, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to divorce you. This is what Ghislaine had told Misak. Good, Ghislaine. Snaps. We love a strong woman that don't take shit. We love it. Now, Misak responded. This is another direct quote. She just told Misak that I'm not getting back with you. I'm divorcing you. Misak responded. This is a direct quote. He said, baby, let me tell you something. If you ever say that again, I'll K-word your mom, I'll K-word you, and I'll K-word myself. He literally started off and said, baby, let me tell you something. I don't know about y'all, but when anybody ever starts to send off with, baby, let me tell you something, they mean that shit. They mean it. They mean it. If someone said, baby, let me tell you something, you come to my house, I'm going to beat your ass. Don't come in the house. If someone ever said, baby, let me tell you something, you come outside, you going to see me outside. Don't go outside. Someone said, baby, let me tell you something. If you ever say that again, I'm going to take all us out. They mean that shit. They mean it. All right? Now, let's keep on moving. Let us keep on moving. All right? We're now in September the 16th of 2009. September the 16th, 2009. Now, I wrote here as a note. I'm not sure if he put his hands on her again, but they were definitely in the middle of an argument and they had some sort of confrontation because they were arguing, and this argument led to Ghislaine telling Misak that if he was to touch her again, she'd make sure he spent the rest of his life in jail and he would never see the kids again. So, like I said, I don't know if he touched her, but she told him, "Say, you put your hands on me again, you going to jail for the rest of your life, and you ain't gonna never see your kids again." That's what she told him. Now, Misak, he's over here, and he's remembered the old words. He remembered his old words. He told her, he said, "Look, if you tell me something about your mama again, you know what's going down. I'm gonna take everybody out." And so this is what Misak said. This is a direct quote from Misak. It's kind of long, so stay with me. Misak said, "And that's when the devil started coming out of me. He was like, 'Oh, why don't you just K-word yourself?' K-word her," he was talking about Gwilene, "and then K-word yourself. You know, let your parents, whatever, take care of the kids." Because I was like, "But I love the kids. And when I pass away, how am I going to know if they're okay?" He said the devil told him, "Just end it all, brother." And he was like, "Oh, but I love my kids. If I go away, who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to take care of the kids? I don't know what's going to happen to the kids." Literally. These are his words. That was a direct quote, y'all. I didn't make none of that up. I didn't summarize. That was his words. All right. So, we still on September the 16th, 2009. The same day she told me, "Put your hands on me, you going to jail and you're going to see the kids." He said this. And now later that day, Gwilene had an appointment with a DCF employee. Now, I tried to figure out what DCF means because I don't know if it's Child Protective Services, but it's some sort of services that deal with that helps with family problems. I'm not sure exactly what. I couldn't figure out. If you know what DCF means, put that in the comments. I could not figure out what that means. Cornchen says like CPS. That's what I figured. Department of Children and Family. Okay, thank you guys. That makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, so a DCF employee that same day actually had an appointment with Gwilene, and she met with Gwilene about Misak, and she was asking, Gwilene, how things going. They was having a conversation. Now Gwilene was talking to the DCF employee, and she was asking the employee, she was like, "Yo," and keep in mind, he's in the room. What's his name? Mr. Crash Out, the Crash Out dummy himself. He's in the room. Misak turned to the employee while he's sitting right there. She goes, "Yeah, how do I divorce him?" That man right there, how do I divorce him? And Mr. Crash Out, he was like, "Bitch." He was hurt. He was like, "I beat you up 1, 2, 10 times max, and you want to leave me? You selfish whore." Literally. Y'all, I can't make this up. But yeah. So later that night, after everything going, after she's asking the employee of how to divorce him, he felt betrayed. And later that night, Gwilene, she finally put in her head, because she was kind of on the fence. But remember, her mom told her, she said, "If you take them back, I'm going to cut you off." So that same night, this is all September the 16th, y'all. She solidified in her mind. She was like, "All right, I'm done." So she told Misak that night, she was like, "Yeah, we're getting divorced. I'm not taking you back. Okay? So now we move on to the next day. We're at September the 17th, 2009. We on some old bull crap, y'all. It's a very bad day. If y'all got a drink, take a sip right now. Take a sip. Ooh, my head's spinning. So, we are on September the 17th of 2009. Gwilene went to work, all right? She went to work. When she got up, she brushed her teeth, put on her clothes. She left the kids at home with Misak. She got in a car. She drove to work. As soon as she walked out the door, this man turned to his kids. He said, "All right, thank you for the Pharaoh thing. Let my people go. He turned to the kids and he was like, all right, y'all stay at home. I'll be back. Keep in mind, y'all, the oldest child is 9 years old. They got 5 children. The oldest one is 9 years old. He said, y'all stay at the house. I'll be back. He got in his Yukon. Genevieve, am I late? You are late, but I'm doing 2 more stories, so don't go nowhere. Sit your ass down. He got in his Yukon and followed her to work. He got in her Yukon and he followed her to work. Left the kids at the house. He left 5 kids under the age of 9 at the house and stalked that woman to work. So she's at work now. She's at work, whatever. And then he popped up. Surprise, motherfucker. And she was like, me, Sack, what the hell? She was like, what you doing here? He was like, I'm trying to see what you was doing. And she like, where the kids at? At the house? At the house? So she's like, nigga, go back to the house and take care of them damn kids. And so he was like, oh no. This is another direct quote. Y'all, there were so many direct quotes, I couldn't write them all down. But this is another direct quote. He said, because the manager is getting involved. The manager is telling him, like, look, you got to get out of here. I'm going to call the police. And she's saying, I'm going to call the police. Y'all, we had 600,000 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right. 600,000 likes. And y'all, I'm so sorry. It just said I have an unstable connection. Xfinity just sent me this message saying that they're working on my internet. So I'm so sorry if it kind of goes a little blurry. Let me know if it goes blurry. Let me know. All right. So the police, y'all. The police, they telling the manager and Gwilene, they're telling him that they're gonna tell the police if he don't go back to the house to take care of the kids. This is what he told them. He says, if you call the cops, they're going to arrest me. They're going to arrest you because both of us left the kids alone. Nigga, she left the kids with you. She left the kids with you. She didn't leave the kids alone. But he literally said, if you call the cops, they're going to arrest me and they're going to arrest you. We both left the kids at the house. Like, y'all, do y'all see what I'm saying? So, Gwilene, she ended up having to go home. She happened to go home and she was like, you know what, whatever. And she went to the house. Miss Sack went to the house too. And she got some divorce papers. It says she had him sign some documents. I'm assuming they were divorce papers. She was quick. She was like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. So she ended up giving him some documents to sign. And then, oh, excuse me. Then she went back to work. All right? She went to work. Now keep in mind, she wasn't even at work that long when he showed up because he trailed her to work. So after less than 4 hours, she came back home. She had him sign documents and she went back to work. Now, when she went to work, she went on break, and after break, she went back to the house to check on the kids. All right. Now, Misak was at the house with the same friend that he had been swapping vehicles with. Keep in mind, once again, y'all, every document said friend. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. From what it sounds like something a woman would be doing. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, I just know too many niggas that would swap, cars with their friends so he could stalk his wife and then stay at home and watch the kids. I don't get this. I don't know. But the friend was at the house. So while they was at the house, they had another argument. So for those of y'all who were kind of lost, Gwilene woke up, went to work. He left the kids at the house and went to her house and went to her job, leaving all the kids under the age of 9 at the house. They argued at work, threatened to call the police. Then she left work and came back home. He followed her home. When they went to the house, she had him sign documents. She went back to work. On her break, her lunch break, she came back home where he was at the house with a friend and the kids. So this is where we are. So after she did this, the friend stayed and with the kids because both Misak and Guerline had went to work. So she left and go back to work after her lunch break. After she came back, the friend was there. Guerline went back to work because it was just on lunch break. He left to go to work. The friend stayed with the kids. I wouldn't leave no dudes around my kids. So I'm assuming this is a woman, all right? Now, when Misak went to work, Misak took the friend's car instead of his own vehicle, the Yukon. All right? Jasmine Burgos, you just getting in, sit your ass down. We got 2 more stories after this. Cool. Alana Anderson, it is a lot going on, but stay here. Oh, Xfinity just sent me a message saying they're done with work in my area, so the connection should still be good. So, the friend is at the house with the kids while both of the parents went to work. Now, Guerline, I'm put Guerline back here. Guerline worked during the day, and Misak, remember, he got off work around 3 a.m., so he went to work later in the day. So she had came back from work during the day. I don't know why the friend stayed at the house. Oh, because Misak was in their car. That makes a whole lot of sense. So she came home from work, right? The kids were there. The friend was still there. Misak, even though he was supposed to stay at work, he told his job that his head was hurt. And he's like, oh, I need to go back home. So his job was like, okay, cool. So he left work around 8:42 p.m. Okay? He left work around 8:42 p.m. Now, he kept having internal dialogue about himself. I did not write down that quote because it was just, y'all, there's too many quotes. There are so many quotes about him. But basically, the dialogue was him talking to the devil. Him and the devil are talking in his head. And the devil is telling him, yeah, you got to take out your wife, take out your kids, and then take out the mama too. Take out her mom. Like, take out all of them. And he was like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. And the devil was telling him, yes, you can. You're a strong guy. You can do this. And we're going to talk to more about that as well. Yes, I know, Lauren. So, all right. Around 9 p.m., his friend, who he has a car, the friend was still at their house, 9 p.m. The friend saw some headlights in the driveway. So the friend looked out the window and they saw their own car, the car that he was driving, pull into the driveway, turn around, and then leave. So the friend is like, man, fuck this. So the friend gets in his car, the Yukon, and starts following him down the road, flashing the lights to pull him over. So he pulls over. The friend gets out and like, yo, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing? And he was like, I'm sorry. He said, I thought Guerline was cheating on me. I thought Guerline was at the house with another man. And he was like, nigga. And so he's like, get my car back. So they swap vehicles at this time. So he gets back in his Yukon. The friend gets in their vehicle that he took for whatever reason. And then the friend leaves. All right? All right. After the friend leaves, he leaves and he goes to a store. At 10:30 p.m., he purchased duct tape. A lot of duct tape. He purchased a fillet knife and he purchased some gum. I guess his breath was stinky. But he purchased duct tape, a knife, and gum. All right? Now, around their home, because they stayed in whatever they stayed, he went back to the community swimming pool. He parked his Yukon at the community swimming pool. Then he walked on foot. He went to the house, right? He snuck to Guerline's house and he stalked her for an hour. He stalked her for an hour. He was just watching her through the windows, y'all. Like, first off, at 10 o'clock, I don't know why you ain't got all the windows, like, covered. Went blinds down and stuff. I don't know. Speak on nothing, but whatever. But he's watching her. She's on the phone. She's talking on the phone. He noted that she seemed happy. She was just smiling and, on the phone, whoever she was talking to. And in his head, he's thinking that she's talking to another man. All right. Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Are you ready? I need some answers. I need y'all to answer me. We got 700, over 700 people here. I need somebody to answer me. Are you ready? We're about to start talking about some gruesome details. Very gruesome details here. Okay? It's getting bad. All right. All right. Take a sip. All right. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for liking. Y'all, we at 685,000 likes. We are so close to the goal. 15,000 likes away from what we need to be. Y'all are amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Cynthia, for Cynthia Hill 286. She just followed. Welcome to the club, Cynthia. Welcome to the club. All right. We're at September the 18th of 2009. Okay? Thank you, Mia, for following. It's 12:30 a.m. It's a Friday. He walked up to the house after he's done watching her. He's done walking her. You know, she was on the phone. He's been stalking her for over an hour. He got there around 10:30. So he's been watching her for over an hour. So now it's at 12:30. He's pumped up. The devil talking to him. The devil is like, look him, you can do it. You a bad motherfucker. You can do it. He got to the house. He walked up to the house. Now there was a door that he knew he could enter. He knew he could enter through this door. He knew he could break this door down. And there was a screen over this door. So he actually tore the screen off the door and he burst into the house. Now, he burst into the house. Gwilene, I don't know if she was asleep or she was still up. I don't know how to talk. Y'all, we at 700,000 likes. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Keep it going. Let me keep going with the story. So, Gwilene, I don't know if she was still awake or she just woke up. But in either case, y'all, she heard him break into the house. So Gwilene get up. She walks up to him and they start arguing again. And she's like, yo, bro, I'm finna call the police. Like, you bust the window prior to. Now you breaking down my screen door. So Gwilene, she is pissed off. They started arguing. And he's telling her, he was like, look, I just want my kids back. I want you back. And she's like, nigga, I don't want you, bruh. What part of that don't you get? I don't want you. And he was like, okay. So he grabbed her. He pulled out the fillet knife. Put this picture down. I'm gonna put this picture up and I'm gonna put it down here. He pulled out the fillet knife. I'm gonna try to be as clean as I can with this. He grabbed her. She's fighting to get away from him, right? She turns and he grabs her by the hair from behind. He grabs from behind like this, right? He gets the knife and he comes across the front. So, it's gruesome. Y'all, so she's on the floor. She can't really scream anymore, but she's kind of kicking and fighting for her life, right? She's fighting for her life. And he's over her and he's like, shut the fuck up. She's like, shut the fuck up. And she's trying to fight. So she gets to the point where she starts like not moving as much, but her legs are still, she's trying to kick and trying to make noise so somebody can hear her. That's when he gets the duct tape. And he wraps her in duct tape. He said to stop her from moving so much because she was trying to like make noise, like kick the walls and stuff like that. He wrapped so much duct tape around her body, y'all, that when the police found her, they said it was impossible to identify who it was because they could not see her. He wrapped her in so much duct tape. Okay? Now, he was screaming. This is another one of his quotes. Like I told you, there's so many quotes. There's so many quotes in this research here. So I didn't do everything, but this is another quote. He says, while she's on the floor and he's still wrapping her up. He goes, I'll K-word you in no, that's it back. I'll K-word the kids in front of you. I'll let you go and burned the house with me and the kids in it. He went from I love my kids, I don't want to hurt my kids, to I'll let you live and I'll take me and the kids. That's a direct quote. And I actually cut that insert. It was a large paragraph. He said a lot of shit, but I just cut that out right there. It's a lot. So she also told him, she was telling him, she was like, I love you, I'm in love with you, and I want to be with you. He said, why you lying? And I'm not making that up. He said, why you lying? As a matter of fact, he said that before he said that right there. So, yeah. Now, after she had stopped moving, he dragged her into the bathroom because of the red bodily fluids. He dragged her into the bathroom. Now, he's sitting there. He's like, oh, she's gone. He's like, okay, I should just take myself out. The devil started talking to him yet again. The devil said, this is what he said the devil told him. Who's going to take care of the kids? You know, the devil loves the children. Like, if you go, who's going to take care of the children? So that's when he went upstairs. I'm not going to put the children's pictures back up here. He went upstairs, y'all. He started with the 3-year-old, Morgan. Somebody said I'm freezing. Am I freezing? Am I freezing? Someone said I'm freezing. No? Alright. So someone said I'm freezing. Alright. Because y'all, he went to the 3-year-old. He went to the 3-year-old, right? With the same fillet knife. Took out the 3-year-old. After Megan, this was Megan, not Morgan, Megan. After Megan, the 3-year-old was gone. The devil is one chatty bitch. The devil told him, good job in doing it. So now he's like, okay, the devil is so proud of me. So Mesach, he's right now, after he did, the devil told him, good job. He's like, no, I can't keep going. The devil told him, once again, one real chatty bitch today. Yes, you can keep doing it. This is what the devil told him. Honestly, aside from the circumstances, the devil sounds like he's giving a really good pep talk. Like, it's terrible. Like, this is the type of pep talk you need the devil to tell you when you in the gym or something. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can. You can keep going. Like, oh, I want to quit. The devil's like, no, keep going. But it's crazy. So then, after he took out Megan, the 5-year-old Marvin was next. Okay? Marvin, oh, y'all. It was so bad with Marvin. This part of the body was almost completely separated from this part of the body. I'm not going to say the words because I don't want TikTok to flash me, but y'all get what I'm saying. This part of the body was almost completely gone from this part of the body. After Marvin, it was Maven, the 6-year-old. Took out Maven. Now, there's 3 kids. He had 5 total. So he had 2 kids left over. And he was going to leave the 2 kids. It was 19-month-old Morgan and 9-year-old Mesach. Okay? But he's little in his head. When he was thinking about leaving Mesach and Morgan, y'all, his literal thought, he was like, oh, I don't want Gwileen's mom to have custody of the kids. Might as well finish the job. So he went to Morgan, the 19-month-old. Yeah, took out. And then he went to Mesach. Mesach was one of the harder ones to get done. Because Meshack struggled. That was fought back. Yeah, terrible. Okay. So everything was so violent. The knife that he had was bent, y'all. It was bent like this. That's how hard he went. That's how hard he went. Okay. So he changed clothes, he put the knife in the nightstand, he packed the suitcase, and then he stole Guileen's money. He went in her purse, he saw she had some money, he was like, all right, bet. He then went to the Miami airport and got a one-way ticket to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. He got a one-way ticket to Haiti. He should have took a one-way ticket to Hades, is what he should have did, but no. All right, we're past the hard part, y'all. We're past the hard part. We made it past. We're done. That was a lot. But now, let's keep on going. All right. So, later that day. Now, this was on, what day was this? This was Friday, September the 18th, 2009. This was early in the morning when he did all this. So later that day, the family started getting worried. Why did they get worried? Guileen didn't show up to work. The job called family members and was like, hey, where's Guileen? And they was like, I don't know. Now, keep in mind, everybody knew about the stuff they were going through at this point in time. Everybody knew about stuff they was going through. So they was like, where's Guileen? She's like, I don't know. Then the school contacted because none of the kids had shown up for school. So at this point, they was like, you know what? So the family had contacted the police. The police had showed up with the family. They went inside and they found the scene. I'm not going to re-describe the scene because we just went through. Y'all, we had 810,000 likes. We still got 2 stories to do. Yo. Breaking records. Breaking records. Let's keep going. So the police that went there and they saw that they found everybody in the family except for Meshack. And they also did not find his vehicle, the Yukon. And through their investigation, they were able to track the Yukon. They found the Yukon at the airport. They went through the airport, security, and all this stuff. And they found that he had purchased a ticket to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. And so, yeah. So the Haitian National Police in Haiti, they had arrested him in Haiti. Now, when asked why, they was like, okay, why did you do your family in? What was the point of this? He told the police, he said, I did it. This man's all over the place. He said, I did it because her mom, talking about Guileen's mom, did voodoo on him. He was, in one of his quotes, which I didn't write down, but I remember saying, he was like, whatever she serves, whatever she worships, she's putting demons on me. He said, and they was like, whatever. So they was arresting him. He told him, he was like, yeah. He said, I want y'all to go ahead, put me on the end it all sentence. I want you to just go ahead and take me out because I want to be buried with my family. He said, I want to be buried with my family. Go ahead and take me out so y'all can put me in a grave with my loving wife and my 5 children. And they was like, nigga, is you dumb? He was like, with who? Nene, exactly. Pretty eyes. Oh, good to see pretty eyes. But yeah, he told me, he had said, go ahead and take me out so that I can be buried with my wife and 5 children that I just literally took out. And so they was like, niggas, you dumb. He was like, yeah, the mom did. He was like, I ain't want to leave anybody alive because the mom did voodoo and has been cursing him since they started having children. Yeah, she's like, since I started having children, Guileen's mom been doing curses and voodoo on me. That's why I had to take everybody out. He also said that he came to Haiti to say goodbye to his family because he was going to take himself out. And he came to Haiti. Boop. And he came to Haiti to take out Guileen's mom. He was like, I got to take that bitch out. Like, whatever. And Although I couldn't find if Gwileen's mom actually stayed in Haiti. So I was a little iffy on that, but that's what he said. Also, because he and Gwilene was having premarital relations, he was like, because I was no longer allowed to be president. He was no longer allowed to be president of his church youth group. So he left the church. And so because he left the church, God wasn't protecting him anymore. I don't think y'all know how God works. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm a little squeamish. I gotta pee so bad. But I gotta finish this story. We almost done. So, let's get to court. Oh, I should also tell you right now. In court, technically, he wasn't going by his name, Misak anymore. Misak Damas. He changed his name in court to COG. Child of God. He said, I'm a child of God. So he would only answer to child of God when he was in court. All right. And while he was, no, we're almost done with this story. I'm on P after we done. While he was in court, y'all know I'm not going to go over the whole court case. I'm not doing all that. While he was in court, y'all, he wouldn't eat and he wouldn't bathe. He went up to 30 days without bathing. His cell stunk so bad that there was other inmates that actually got violently and physically sick to their stomachs because his cell smelled like shit. Like, it was disgusting. And like, yeah. While he was in court as well, he was singing in court and like singing. He would just stand up and start singing. He at one time stood up and he fired all of his counsel. He was like, I'm firing all of y'all. Y'all are fired. And he was like, I'm going to represent myself in court. And he told the judge he was going to represent himself. And then he pled guilty to 6 counts of unaliving. He pled guilty on September the 5th of 2017. And in October 27th of 2017, he was sentenced to the end it all sentence 6 times. Yo, all right, stay here. Cause we got 2 more stories. I got 2 more stories, but y'all, I gotta use the bathroom. Hold up, wait. Don't go away. Don't go nowhere. Cause I'm coming right back. Don't go nowhere. Oh my gosh. Woo. Kissing feels so great. You do? Hold on, y'all. I'm washing my hands. Hot dog. Woo. All right, y'all ready for story number 3? Are you ready? Who's ready for story number 3? I feel a lot better. Thank you for asking. Bring it. Hey, I see y'all ready for story number 3. Y'all heard me? No, you didn't. Should have covered your ears if you heard me. All right. That was a loud piss. But thank you, Mike, for the rose. Thank you, Chanel, for the rose. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for... Yo, we at... wait. Are we almost at 900,000 likes. Yo, we at 900. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, and we still got 2 stories. Y'all are fucking amazing. Y'all are amazing. All right. Now, Just for everyone to know, that last story was Mesac Damas. Mesacdamas. Now we're going to be talking about Ronald Johnson. Okay? This story, I'm going to tell it in like a story fashion. I'm going to tell you like a story fashion. I don't normally tell stories in like a whodunit type of way. So, bear with me. But I think I wrote it out pretty good. I think I did it pretty good. All right? So this story is going to be told like a mystery. And this happened in 2005. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay. June 27th of 2005. We're going to be talking about Ronald Johnson. That's this guy up here. Did I get a single picture of him? I did not. So we're just going to use this picture here. This is Ronald Johnson. That's his mom, by the way. Has anyone ever heard of this story? Before I get started, has anyone ever heard of Ronald Johnson? Anybody ever heard of him? No? One person said they have. This, I wouldn't think would be that popular of a story, but I found it so interesting. We're gonna go into it. All right. Don't everybody leave now. Let's see people jumping up out of here. No, we just getting started. In June the 27th of 2005, Ronald, he was a 34-year-old man, and he loved riding his bike. Okay? One thing he loved doing on his bike was doing tricks. He would get on his bike, he would whip it, flip it, smack it, flip it, and rub it down. He was a bike freak, I guess is what you can say. Now, he was a recovering user. He was a recovering user, and he was turning a new leaf over in his life. So he had problems in the past about using substances, but he had stopped using substances. His life was going, much better. He moved in with his mom. That's his mom right here. He moved in with his mom to try to get his life on track, or make this a little smaller so y'all can have a better view. He moved back in with his mom to try to get his life on track. Okay? So, once again, he found joy just in trying to get his life better. And his mom was glad to help him because whatever. Now, his mom, her name is Judy Weaver, and she stayed in the Conway area. This is around Miami, like in Florida. I think so. This is in Florida? Yeah, I think it's in Florida. So she stayed in the Conway area. Now, moving back, he also kept in close relationship with his sister. His sister's name was Deborah. All right? I think the other sister's name was Deborah as well. But now, let's get to it. It was a rainy day. June 27th, 2005, it was raining. Rain and all this stuff. He had told his mom, he was like, I'm about to go to the store to give me some cigarettes. And his mom was like, okay, cool. So he got on his bike. He started trotting off down the road. Now, on the way to the store, he was hitting tricks, busting shit. And there was people that was outside. So people actually saw him. Orlando Conway? Yes, I think that's right. Orlando. So, there were people outside that saw him busting tricks on his bike, right? Now, once again, it had been raining while he was riding. And so, he was hitting the trick, and he slipped. The bike tire says, and he slipped. His head slammed against the ground, and he was unconscious, all right? So, people, they came to try to check on him to figure out, is he okay? But he wasn't moving. So, he went down pretty doggone hard. Hit his head on the curb. So, one onlooker in particular had went and called the police, called 911, and got an ambulance over. The ambulance came to get him. Now, his mom, Judy. Now, Judy, his mom was at the house. She knew that her son was going to the store to get cigarettes. Now, the store was right down the street. Like, it didn't take that long. It didn't take that long for him to get down the street. But now, she's back here, and, it's been like 20 minutes or so, and he ain't back. She's like, something's wrong. She really didn't know what was going on, but she decided to just stay where she was and go kind of whatever. Now, after a few minutes, she started hearing police sirens and ambulance sirens coming from down the road. And now she's getting really worried because her son ain't came back. she's hearing sirens. So she was like, okay, whatever. So she had, she was, whatever. Finally, a gut feeling said, bitch, go get up and check on your son. So she actually had went and got into her car. She was a little antsy. She got into her car. She went down from where the ambulance was coming from. And that's when she showed up, right when the ambulances were putting Ronald into the back of one of the ambulances. She's freaking out. Like, what the fuck is going on? People are, standing around. It is what it is. She follows the ambulance to the hospital. They immediately put him on life support. They do a CT scan, and y'all, he's brain dead. He's brain dead. Okay? From a fall. And so could you imagine? So she's at the hospital, the doctors, they're telling her they did CT scans now, like, we did this. They see in 2 areas on his head where his head, had hit the ground. And they were like, it's blunt force trauma, 2 different areas. Surgery is not going to fix it. He's going to be in a vegetative state. And he's on life support. So police came over and they had talked to other people that was there. And all the people that were there, the pedestrians and stuff, they told him the same thing. Like, he was riding down the road. He slipped and he bust his head on the ground. And they were like, okay, well, this is what it is. So most people saw him trying to do tricks and whatever. Judy was devastated, and she sat by her son. She said, devastated, sat by her son. Ellen, watch the screen. Y'all, I'm going to pause the story for just a quick second. Hold on. I'm pause the story for just a quick second. Y'all, we had 1 million likes. Woo! Dog, yeah. Hey! A million. A million here, a million there. Sicilian bitch with long hair and coconut derriere. Hey! Yo, we did it in 2 hours. And 2 freaking hours. 2 freaking hours. Y'all the tops. Y'all the tops. Y'all the tops. Ain't nobody got it like y'all. Ain't nobody got it like y'all. I just got a little thing, a flash of my thing that said congratulations. Y'all, congratulations. Doing better than 100% of all TikTok accounts on the platform with similar followers. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And we still got a story to have to go. Y'all are the best. Y'all the best. Y'all the best, man. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! All right. Let me get back to the story. I don't want people dropping up out of here. All right. Woo! All right. So, Judy, the mom. Let's get back to the story. Thank y'all. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for liking it. Thank you, Jazina, for the goats. And thank you, Chanel, for the roses. Thank y'all for, man, y'all. That's crazy. Gang. All right. Judy was sad. Let me get back to the story. Judy was sad. She was sad because, in her head, the dude went to was going to get some cigarettes. He done slipped and bust his head. Everybody saw it. And now he is, whatever. He's gone. And unfortunately, about 9 days, so on July the 6th, 2005, when it really came back that he was not waking up from this, she pulled the plug and he was taken off life support and he passed away. Okay? At the age of 34 years old. Now, y'all may be sitting here and wondering, Trey, you talk about true crime. What is going on here? Sit your asses down because here's where we're going. While Judy was grieving, she's grieving for her son, right? She literally just took the dude off life support. He's gone, all right? She's just going over that same day in her head. She's going over, she just saw him. She was so proud of him getting a life back together. He was going on his bike down to the store and, to get he's going to the store to get some cigarettes, and she was like, yeah, she saw herself showing back up at the scene and seeing the ambulance load him up, and then she thought about something. She was hearing the sirens and the police sirens in her head, and something didn't make sense to her. She sat there, she thought about it. She saw Ronald being loaded to the ambulance. She cried. She was like, something is wrong here. She sat back. She realized the bike was gone. Everybody said that he was riding a bike. He slipped and fell and bust his head. But she got there was no bike. She didn't figure it out at the time, but if she thought about it, she's like, where the bike at? The bike is gone. Okay. So she went back to the scene where they found him, supposedly. There was no curb. They said he bust his head on the curb. There was no curb there. So she's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? She told the police. She was like, they said that he was riding a bike, but where's the bike? Also, they said he hit the curb. There is no curb over there. Like, what's going on? The police were like, look, ma'am, your son was a user. Your son was a user, okay? Be glad that we took him to the hospital. Investigation's done. Now, Judy ain't no punk bitch. And I wrote that in there a couple times. Judy is one strong mama. She was like, hold up. Y'all got me fucked. She was like, I'm going to get a second opinion. So she actually got another coroner to do another investigation, autopsy on her son, right? The second autopsy looked, and they also saw the 2 spots on her head, where he got hit. But they was like, from the looks of it, it's very possible that instead of his head hitting the ground, it looks like he got hit. At least one of those times. It's very possible that this was a homicide. It's very possible this could be a homicide. This is what the second coroner is telling her. So Judy, it was like, all I need to know, bitch. She's like, that's all you need to tell me. So she told the police again what the second coroner had told her. And the police once again was telling her, it was like, look, lady, it's an accident. All right, the boy, no pick, no sound. Somebody said no pick, no sound. Can anybody hear me? Am I good? All right, cool. So she was like, this is all I need to know. She told the police. The police, once again, they literally told her, they was like, look here, lady, your son was a user. Be glad we took him to the hospital. Like, it's done. It's a wrap. It was an accident. It is what it is. Okay. So Judy and his sister, Deborah, so Judy's daughter, they was like, you know what? Let's do our own investigation. So they started going up and down the streets. Judy would go up and down the streets. She would talk to everybody on every street she could think of. While Deborah, the daughter, I don't have a picture of Deborah, the daughter will start finding names, addresses, just finding things of everybody that lived there. Anything that Judy needed, Deborah was the one on the computer. You know what? I'm very proud of them for this. I'm very proud. Y'all, we're going to get into this story. I'm telling y'all, it goes there. It goes there. So, she kept going to the neighbors. The neighbors kept telling like, yeah, like the same thing we told the police. He was out here. He slipped and fell. If they even saw him, that's what the neighbors were telling him. Now, Judy and Deborah, when they asked the neighbors, they came under false pretenses. What were the false pretenses? They had an idea. Before I tell you what the false pretenses, they had an idea. They were like, okay, so if we're going to do our own investigation, we want, if the unaliver is out there, we want them to think that he's still alive, and we're getting ready to go to the police. So when they was asking people about, what happened, and people were asking them, how is he okay? Because they don't know that the dude is gone. They don't know that Judy took him off life support and he's gone, y'all. So they were telling the people, like the other people, Judy and Deborah, they were telling all the other pedestrians, they were like, yeah, he's fine. He just has a headache. He can't quite remember who did it, but his memory's coming back. And we're going to start pressing charges. That's what they're telling all the neighbors. Smart bitches. Smart bitches. They're like, yo, as soon as his memory comes back, we're gonna be pressing charges because he has an idea. We're just waiting for him to feel better. All right, cool. Cool. So, despite that, the fact that he had passed on the 6th of July, word began to spread. So now all these neighbors are around town. They're now around through the town. They're like, oh yeah, he's better. He's getting better. And they're telling one person another. Everybody thinks that Ronald is okay. And he's going to be pressing charges once he, is full capacity. So one morning, Judy, she wakes up. She scratches her ass. She brushes her teeth. And for whatever reason, she's getting ready to leave the house. Maybe she's just going outside for the mail. I'm not sure. But she walks out the front door and she sees something sitting in the front yard of her house. It was the bike. The bike that Ronald was driving when he left the house that was not there when she showed up okay? The bike was sitting in front of the house. So she was like, oh, okay. She was stunned. She got the bike. She took the bike inside the house and she started looking over the bike. Now, one thing that she noticed about the bike was the bike didn't have any scratches on it. So this was a red flag because everybody said that he slipped and fell and bust his head on the ground. If he slipped and fell, that bike would have had some scratches on it. There was not a scratch on that bike. So Judah was like, oh, okay. So she's rejuvenated. She was like, oh, shit's working. So she goes to the police. She tells the police what she found. Like, hey, the bike just showed up in the front yard. There's no scratches. Everybody said that he slipped and fell. There's no scratches on his bike. The police look at her and they was like, we do not care, bitch. We do not care. I'm telling you, it is what it is. Okay? And y'all, I promise you that by the end of the story, you're gonna get pissed. You're gonna get pissed off at this story. You're gonna get so pissed off because when I got to the end of the story, I was like, oh my God. But let's keep going. So, yeah. After she told the police did not care. Time goes on. Now, this dude showed up at Judy's house. When she's at the house, knock. She opens the door. This dude is standing there. He said his name is Jay. He's like, hey, can I talk to you about what happened to your son? Judy's excited. She's like, yeah, come on in the house. So he comes to the house, right? So Jay told her, she was like, yeah, what do you know about my son? He was like, yeah, I saw him the day that, that everything happened. She's like, cool. How did you see him? What happened? He looks at her. I slapped the shit out of him. So now they sitting up in the living room looking at each other like this. And she's like, what do you mean you slapped him? He goes, I slapped him before he fell. And she was like, oh. And then he proceeds to show her his pew-pew permit, which I thought was so weird. Why not just show her the pew-pew? But he didn't show her the pew-pew. He showed her the permit, showing her that he had one. Now, I wrote here, it was supposed to scare her, but Judy ain't no scary bitch. We got Judge Judy ain't no scared bitch, and Judy over here, she ain't no scared bitch. She was like, oh, get the fuck out of my house. So as soon as he left, Judy went to the police. She told the police, y'all. She told the police everything. She said, yo, this dude showed up at my house, said his name was Jay, showed me his pew-pew permit, and told him that he slapped my son. They did not care. Y'all, they did not care. The police did nothing. And so she was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. So she and Deborah continued to go on their own investigation. So Judy would give details and Deborah would be on their computer getting names, addresses, statements, all that type of stuff. They got so good. Shout out to Deborah, because Deborah's a bad bitch too. Deborah found out who this dude was. She found him. I don't know how she found him, but she found him. She found him and she found out that Jay was not his name. His real name was Jason Brian Gailey. Let me go and pull up this picture here. Sorry about the little thing at the bottom. but Jason's at the bottom here. I'm gonna put Judy out on the side. This is the son, this is Ronald, and this is Jason, all right? She found out his name was Jason Brian Gailey. Now, not only did she find out what his real name was, she found out where he lived. He lived in the house directly in front of where he supposedly slipped off his bike. Let's keep going. Because this story is finna piss you, y'all. The story is finna piss you off so bad, y'all. So they kept asking around, trying to figure out, okay, so he lives in the house immediately in front of where my son supposedly fell and hit his head on a curb that does not exist. And he showed up at the house, showed up the gun, the pew permit, the stuff like that. So Judy and Deborah, they made friends with people in very high places. You want to know how high places that they went? The mailman. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the mailman sees all. The mailman knows all. So the mailman told them, I want y'all to pay attention. Take a sip. This is what the mailman told them. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Thank you, Crybaby Cora. Thank you, Cash Doe. Thank you, Soul Wonder, for those roses. Y'all ready? All right. Y'all, we have 1.1 million likes. It's crazy. We still got to talk about a cannibal next story. We got another story about a cannibal coming up. Y'all are crazy. Y'all amazing. All right. So the mailman, y'all, this is what literally the mailman told her. This is literally what the mailman had told her. Okay? He told her that he heard from a friend of Jason, not Ronald, from Jason, this guy, friend of Jason, that indeed it was no accident. Okay? So apparently, Jason ran a trap house or a substance house. He ran a trap house down the road from them. Okay? Ronald stopped at the trap house. Now, I don't know, because remember, Ronald was a recovering user. I don't know if he was going to the house because of this or if he was just passing by. Honestly, it's irrelevant. Okay? But Ronald he stopped by the house because Jason was outside having an argument with an old man over some money. So Jason was like this to the old man. He's like, where's the ATV? Where's my money, bitch? And the old man is just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, don't hurt me. And Ronald, he wasn't going for that. Ronald went on that pussy shit. So Ronald went up to him and literally, this is a direct quote. He said, take on someone your own size. In true cowboy fashion, he was trying to help the old man. Because of this, Jason got the pew, turned his attention from the old man, and pistol whipped him so hard on his temple. Bam! Ronald went down and hit the ground. So this was the first injury. Remember I said two areas of blunt force trauma? That was the first. Him hitting the ground was the second portion of blunt force trauma. Remember I told the doctor said it was two spots. Okay? So after Jason saw him hit the ground, there was red bodily fluid that was on the ground as well. That's what started coming out of the ground. Jason then got his pew to all the neighbors and all the onlookers and said, y'all bet not say shit. And all the neighbors that saw it didn't say shit because they were scared because he had a pew. So they all knew of it. So We not done. Y'all, we're not done with this story, y'all. So, Jason then got Ronald over here. They call him Ronnie, but I'm gonna call him Ronald. He got Ronald and took Ronald into the house and started like cleaning him up. When he also told the neighbors, do not call the police because it's starting to look bad. Now, he was on his bike. One neighbor, despite what Jason said, got the bike, took the bike to a payphone and called the police. That's the reason why the police showed up. Also, that's the reason why the bike was not there when the mom showed up. Also, this neighbor is the one that returned the bike to Judy's house, but didn't say nothing. Y'all, didn't say a word. Just returned the bike. So the old man was the main man. Imagine watching the movie, y'all. So anyway, one brave soul still grabbed the bike, went to the payphone and called 911. Yeah. So when the police showed up, because remember Jason told everybody, don't call the police. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. And remember he was waving this thing around. When the police showed up, y'all, Ronald was in his house. The ambulance showed up, had to go into his house for Ronald. The paramedics pulled him out of his house. So when they were putting him into the ambulance, she was showing up. She didn't see him being pulled out of his house. She only saw him being put into the ambulance. She showed up right after the fact. Y'all, do you understand me? And if you're upset now, you're about to get much more upset. You're about to get much more upset, y'all. Judy was pissed the fuck, as she had every right to be. This woman was mad. The mailman done told her the whole tea. He told her the whole tea. He told her everything. Judy turns her ass. She goes straight to the police. She tells the police, y'all, the police didn't do anything. She told them year after year after year. Y'all, the case went cold for 8 years. 8 years. Now, I will say this. I don't think the mailman came immediately at the beginning. So I don't think it was a full 8 years that she was trailing the police. But ultimately, after 8 years, everything was still going down. And she was telling people for years what the mailman had told her. But we're still not done. Let's keep on going. 8 years later, okay, Judy is working at a restaurant. She's still thinking about her son every day, especially, and it's worse for her because she knows what happened and the police ain't doing nothing about it. So, sucks. The thought of her son and all the injustice that had happened, it made her cry. She cried all the time thinking about what happened. She told her story to so many people, everybody that would listen to her, everybody that would, talk to her. She was just telling her story about how her son was whipped. Bow. Fell, hit his head, and he subsequently passed away from it. She knew who did it. She had a witness that told her, but the police were not taking her seriously. The police just throwing her out. So one day, while she's in a restaurant, this dude walks into the restaurant. This dude, he orders some food. They end up striking up a conversation, and somehow during the conversation steers towards her talking about her son, Ronald. So the dude that was in there, he listens to it. She tells her about everything that happened. She tells him about everything. She tells him about all the evidence. She told him about the witness, what the mailman said. And she starts crying. She starts crying. Okay? The man listened intently as she told him everything. And she's crying. And then when she got done, the man looked at her. He was sad. He looked at her and he apologized. And she's like, what are you apologizing for? The dude that she was talking to was the lead investigator. And right there, he admitted, he was like, damn, I dropped the ball. Because she had told him all the evidence right there inside the store. And he realized right then that just by serendipity, she didn't even know she was talking to the lead investigator because the case had gone cold. He wasn't even on the case anymore. The case had gone cold. She didn't even know. She was just telling everybody she could, and she ended up talking to the guy, and he apologized right there. He told her, like, I'm so sorry. I dropped the ball on this. He said, we're going to work on it right away. So he was the initial leading officer in the case. Yes. So he realized that Judy had enough damning evidence to finally get an arrest warrant. So he called his friends who's working the cold cases, right? I didn't get anybody's name in the cold cases, but the dude called the people in the cold case. They pulled the dude's file. They pulled his file up and they reopened up his case. Based on all the evidence, they go back and do their interviews. One of the main people that saw everything, now granted, I don't know who it was. I don't know exactly who it was. But this person, they came back to him and they asked him, and this person, they finally told the truth. And they were like, I'm sorry, I didn't say anything prior to. I was scared, but I recently had a stroke. And the guilt of this was just weighing on my soul. I would have crashed out. Y'all, I'm telling you, that whole street. I'm not gonna say nothing because TikTok gonna say I'm inciting violence. I'm telling you, I would have crashed out. I would have crashed out. So yeah, apparently one of the guys had he told now the second time, but he said he had a stroke, and because of his stroke, he felt like he just couldn't hold in this information anymore. So he went and he finally told the truth. Finally told the truth. Now, are you ready to get upset? Are you ready to get upset, y'all? Okie dokie. So all the people, the neighbors and whatever, he has more upset. All the people, they finally came forth. September of 2013. There wasn't an exact date, but on September of 2013, Jason was finally arrested. That's great. That's great. We love to see the justice system working 8 years later. Jason was finally arrested. He was charged with 3 counts of second-degree unaliving. But, the courts, the judge, the prosecutor, they say, you know what? All the witnesses, they're so wishy-washy. They're some wishy-washy bitches. It's been 8 years. They're not credible. We're not going to take it to court. They let him go. They let him go. They said, we're not going to prosecute it. We're not going to... It wasn't statute of limitations. Specifically, it was not statute of limitations. They let him go because they said it was due to the incredibility of the witnesses. And, it was like after 8 years, their testimonies were shaky. The witnesses all swapped. They were like, no. If it was, they didn't say statute of limitation. They said it's been 8 years. We can't trust the witness statements at this point in time. They let him go. But y'all know what? God, what is one thing about God? He don't come when he wants to. But what happens? God don't come when he wants to, but when does he come? When does he come? A week later, it was late November, early December of 2014. Well, he was released from jail as a free man on early December of 2014. Ours is not a merciful God. He don't play that shit. December the 7th, a week later, he's celebrating. He goes to his trap house. He goes, woo! And leaves this earth. He overdid it. He overdid it a week after he was released. Keep in mind, it's someone that had done it before. Yep. And I wrote specifically, rest in piss. Because that was terrible. Don't go nowhere, y'all. We got one more story. One more story. We're going to be talking about a cannibal. Won't he do it? That's what I'm talking about. Don't show again, declaim. But, you know, after everything, Judy and her daughter, Deborah, they some real ass bitches. They did that whole investigation by themselves. The police were able to even get a warrant for him based solely on all the evidence that she and Deborah had gathered. They had names, they had address, they had everything. Don't nobody work harder than a mama. You know, daddies, they do their shit, but a lot of times they ain't shit. But a mama, don't nobody work harder. All right. All right. Let's get on to our fourth and final story for tonight. Y'all, we have 1.2 million likes. Oh my gosh. Did we do 2 million one time? I don't know. I ain't gonna push y'all too far today. But don't try me. Sliston. See, that's what I thought. I thought one time we did do 2 million. Let's try to get to 5 million. Look. We ain't gonna push that far. But, alright. Today, the next story, the final story for tonight, we're going to be talking about... This is a... We're going to be talking about Alonzo Robinson. Actually, I'm going to show you a picture. Y'all don't know what it reminds me of. Yeah, I saw that head. I said, yeah. I was like, well, dude. Like, what's going on? Man, I bet that man could headbutt a wall. That man could say, went out. Shit. Oh, oh, ouch. 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 God, dog. Ouch. Ouch. God, dog, that was kind of hurt. Ooh. I heard that thud. All right. Today we're going to talk about... Yes, I hit my head, Shine. Today we're going to talk about Alonzo Robinson. This is an old story, but y'all, it's fascinating. It is so fascinating. All right. Y'all ready? Wait. First, who's heard of Alonzo Robinson? It's an old story. But who's heard of him? Anybody ever heard of him? I ain't never heard of him. Hamiko no Hiro. How you doing? Who's heard of him? Nope. All right, let's get ready. Today, he's a cannibal. He is a cannibal. Oh man. In 1895, he was born right here in Cleveland, Mississippi. Yeah! Who's from Mississippi? Who's from Cleveland? Who's from Cleveland? You can't believe I kept your attention for this long. Where do you think this is? Nubian Queen, you said you from Cleveland? Laterica. Was that Laterica? Mississippi. Mississippi represent. That's what happened. Everybody make fun of Nubian Queen because she's from Cleveland. Boo! I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Woo! All right. So, no. I'm just playing Nubian. We love you. All right. All right. So, he was born in Cleveland, Mississippi to poor people. Have the money, y'all. It's poor people around. You know, his parents ain't have a pot to piss in. And back in the day, that phrase, a pot to piss in, was actually very relevant because before there was toilets, people pissed in pots. They were pissed in pots. And, you know, stuff like that. 1895, Lauren. Happened. This is a long time ago. Now, he was a person who his intimate desires were really weird. It starts with a P. I'm not going to say it. Not young, just weird. I don't know. It rhymes with, well, not rhymes with, but it kind of sounds like revert. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, he was weird. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him in his childhood, but something fucked this man up. All right? In 1918, he was about 22, 23 years old. He started, I thought this was so funny. I mean, funny by today's standards, but back in the day it was probably really weird. He started finding a hobby in writing obscene letters. Like he would write letters, you know, let me see the bush. Let's make whoopee. You know, let me see the coos. You know, stuff like that. He was writing stuff like this in 1918. And not only was he writing these things, y'all, he was actually mailing these things to the women in his town. The local baddies. He saw an ankle. He saw a leg. Don't let this man see a shoulder. He saw them women, and oh man, it just turned him on. It just really turned him on. So the police actually had figured out that it was him. It wasn't that hard to figure out who was mailing these things because, you know, it was back in the day. Well, maybe it was, I don't know, but they figured it out. And they arrested him for this. Now, they arrested him for it. He actually escaped while he was mid-route. Now, this was in 1918. I'm sure they had a car. They had cars. I don't know if it was in a wagon or a car. I don't know. It was still back in the day. But they arrested him. He somehow escaped. And so the police, they pulled this thing out. Bow, bow, bow. Popped the cap in that ass. But they actually got him in the shoulder. So he got hit in the shoulder. And, yeah, whatever. And wasn't able to figure out if he got away, but I didn't see where he was arrested for this. But yeah, he got shot. He got shy. He got shy. You know what I'm saying? Now, over the years, he really got into some freaky deaky shit. Now, one of the freaky deaky things was he liked his women really, really pale and really, really stinky. He liked pale, stinky women. Y'all, he liked them pale and stanky. And not in the way that you think. He liked them unalived. He started satisfying himself by digging up graves. He would dig up graves, y'all, and do freaky things. Himiko no Hero. You right, he does have a type. He would do freaky deaky things with a corpse. Okay? He was robbing graves at this point in time. Thank you, Felicia, for that heart. Y'all, we have 1.2 million likes. Let's keep it going. Isn't it dry though? I don't know. I ain't never seen one deceased, might I say. I ain't never seen a deceased one. I don't know what them things look like. Maybe they had a wop. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But he started robbing graves. Now, in 1926, when he started using the name James H. Coyner, Coyner, James A. Coyner, and he moved to Ferndale, Michigan. Who's from Michigan? Who's from Michigan? What's up, Jamie? QB loves food, Sunshine, Cassia Quesadilla, Joy, Allie. That's what I'm talking about. Michigan. All right. So he moved to Ferndale, Michigan, right? Now, he moved to Ferndale, Michigan, and something weird started happening. People started finding bodies with no heads popping up around Michigan. It happened one time, hit the news. Headless body. You know, time went on. It happened a second time, hit the news. Another headless body. Y'all. And then another. And then another. This is all at the time. All around the same time this man had moved in. All the same this man had moved in. So now the police is four total headless horsemen, headless women, have been found around this park. Now, they found, the police, through their investigation, they ended up tracking down, I'm not sure how. This was way back in the day. There ain't a whole lot of information on how, but they ended up tracking down the four heads to a car at a house that he stayed in. Now, they're thinking the man's name is James H. Coyner because he was going by a different name. So they go to the house, they raid the house, they don't find him in the house, but then they open up the trunk at the house, and that's when they found four heads in the trunk. And so the police, they know who they're looking for, but he's going by a different name. Y'all. So, now you may be wondering, why didn't they get him in? At this point in time, he had moved. He had left. He was like, I'm out, bitch. I guess he figured out that the police were on to him. So he had dipped. He left the place. Okay? And we're gonna turn back to this in just a little bit, but let's keep moving. He left the place and he had went back to Cleveland, Mississippi. Cleveland, Mississippi. All right. Now, went back to Cleveland, Mississippi, and the body snatching continued. He kept on digging up graves and doing all this weird shit. He dug up a grave of a recently deceased girl. He got caught while he was digging her body up. While he was, I don't know if it was while or after he had it, but he got caught. He got caught, all right? And when he got caught, he got imprisoned at the Indiana State Penitentiary in Michigan City, which I thought was interesting. Indiana State Penitentiary, but it was in Michigan City, so I don't know how that works out. They questioned him about the four heads in the trunk, right? They questioned about the four heads in the trunk. And he was like, I don't know. One thing that he told him, he had said, I could tell you a lot about the M word. I could tell you about people who do the M word. But that's all I could tell you. But he said he ain't do it. The police were trying to find evidence to link him to it. But remember, he was going out for different names. So they couldn't find evidence to tie him to the crime. So he actually was released because he was in jail for the grave robbing. Remember, he got the girl. He was in jail for that. So they was trying to get the four heads on him, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Y'all. So once again, like I said, he moved back to Cleveland, Mississippi. And the dude was just... And I find it crazy because this was back in the day. Way back in the day, y'all. And I just feel like if it was... I guess today they would have found... I don't know. Let me keep going with the story. Because we ain't even got to the bad part yet. I haven't even got to the bad part. I'm just telling y'all backstory. I'm telling y'all backstory before we even get to the bad part. He gets back to Cleveland, Mississippi, y'all. And this man is started back writing those nasty letters. He's writing stuff like, ooh, girl, I saw that ankle. You made me want to pop out my church shoes. Do some unholy things. Oh no, it gets worse. Yes, it gets worse. We ain't even talked about any. Yeah, we ain't talked about that. Yeah. Now, December the 9th of 1934. Take a sip, y'all. Excuse me. December the 9th of 1934. He's back in Cleveland, Mississippi. And, I'm going to put this picture up over here. He's using that long head and that nose. And he's at the house and he's like, you know what? I don't want to take somebody else out. So he's in his head. He's feeling himself. He's pumping himself up. He just really wants to do something. So there was this couple, Mr. and Mrs. Turner. Now, Mrs. Turner and Mr. and Mrs. Turner, they were pregnant with a child. So she was pregnant. She was nice and plump. She was, just happy to be in her house with her loving husband. It was December the 9th. So, Christmas was getting ready to come up in a little bit. Y'all, we have 1.3 million likes. Let's keep that shit going. Keep going. So, she's at the house. Christmas is coming up. They got the house all decorated. Everything's all good. She's at the house with her kid in her stomach. And they have two other kids, by the way. They have one kid that's still in the crib. Then they have another young kid. But life just seems perfect. Mr. Turner comes into the house. He kisses his wife. He sits down on the chair. He's reading the newspaper. Just doing things people did back in the 30s. Now, I was not able to tell, but I believe that they were white. I just, based on the evidence, I didn't see that they were black. I feel like they were white. And you'll see why I think that in just a little bit. So, Alonzo, he found the house. He came prepared. He got a pew-pew, and he got an axe. He scoped out the house for a little bit. He's watching them from the outside of the house. And he was like, yeah, this is the house. So a little later in the night, they were still all up. He waits into the house. Now, based on the evidence, I'm assuming that either the doors were unlocked or they just simply didn't hear him breaking into the house. Because it is stated, after he broke into the house, the husband was sitting in the chair still reading the newspaper. So I'm thinking that maybe he came through a back door or an open window instead of like breaking the door down or breaking the window down. But he walks up. Mr. Turner's reading the newspaper. He looks up. This dude with that head of his, he gets the axe. Swing! Just goes in on a dude. After he hits Mr. Turner, he gets the pew-pew and pew-pew. So now, Mrs. Turner, she hears the noise. So she comes around the corner like, what's going on? He sees Mrs. Turner. He gets the axe. Y'all, she tried to run, but he was too fast. He hit her 5 times. Wham! 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 He's just going in at her. Then after she went down, this was just the starting point. He then begins to mutilate them. Okay? We're not done, y'all. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. He gets to mutilate them. Because now he's hungry. So, using the axe, he put some of Mrs. Turner in his pockets. Just stuffing his pockets with him. He just stuffing his pockets, y'all. Now, while this is going on, he's stuffing his pockets. He got meat all in his pocket. He turns around. He sees a kid. Dude, get that axe. Wham! Hit the kid. Oh, now. I don't think he took the kid out. I don't know. But all the newspaper, when I read the newspaper, I actually saw, and you'll see in just a second, newspaper, it only mentions that he got 2 counts. So he definitely hit the kid with that axe. But I don't think the kid passed away. Thank God. But if he did, also kind of thank God, because, that'd be sucky to live through. But, yeah. So he did that. He left the baby in the crib. He left the baby in the crib. He saw the baby in the crib. He left the baby alone. Whatever. So now, while this was going on, keep in mind, when he came back to Cleveland, he started writing those crazy-ass letters again. He started writing those letters. And the police, they're back on to it to figure out who did it. Even though he was arrested for this prior to, because remember, he was arrested for this when he was like 17 years old. So now we're back and these letters are coming back out. The police are still doing another trace. I think what was happening was, it was because he was using his alias at this point. That's the reason why. I just put that together. Because, all right, so during the time the police were tracing those crazy letters back to Alonzo. Remember, he had started doing it up again. He had mailed a letter to some woman either from or in Indianapolis. Because it kept saying an Indianapolis woman. And this whole time I'm thinking of Indianapolis, that's in the other state. I can't even think of the state. I forgot. We have an Indianapolis, Mississippi. So he's probably talking about Mississippi. The whole time I was thinking Indianapolis something. But I was like, oh, wait, we have one here. But yeah. So the police, they finally had got the federal postal inspectors, and they traced the penmanship after going to the papers on the subscription list. They traced it to a dude named James H. Coiner. So they traced it to him. But he had a post office box. So they figured out, they're like, okay, cool. They saw the post office box was registered under James Coiner, and the police went to that post office box and they waited until somebody showed up to get the mail. So they had police just sitting there waiting for somebody to come get the mail. All right. Now we're on January the 12th, 1935. He showed up. Forehead here. I don't know. Is this forehead or just head? I don't know. His head is really shaped like this right here. But the police, they stay and they wait until somebody shows up. And he shows up. And miraculously, when he sees the police coming up on him, he has a pew-pew on him. So he reaches for his pew-pew, but the police were quicker. And they had theirs out like this. And so when he saw that he was outmanned, he was like, you got me. You got me. And so he let the police arrest him, which I was surprised. I was like, miraculously, in the 30s? Yeah, the 30s. In the 30s, they didn't just take this man out. But being black, and in the 30s, and he was getting ready to reach for one of the, yeah. So, whatever. He gave up when he saw that he was outmanned. So now, y'all, the police searched his pockets. In his pockets, they found letters that he was getting ready to mail out. The same type of letters, those obscene letters. They found letters. And they also found human hair. They found human hair in this man's pocket. And it was noted that the human hair resembled the hair of Mrs. Turner. This is why I believe that Mrs. Turner was probably Caucasian, because if she was a black lady, unless she was like dyed her hair or something, which I don't think dyeing hair was as popular back in the day, but if she was a black lady, just kinky black hair, how would you know? But she was Mrs. Turner, you could probably have blonde hair, red hair, long straight brunette. I don't know. It's just a lot more options and variables, but they said that the hair matched Miss Turner. So they went and got an arrest warrant and they searched his house. So they went to his house. They found, I like that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all, they went to his house. They found meat that was salted, cured, and covered with teeth marks. He made human jerky. He was eating it. He was eating it, y'all. He salted her. White people, y'all are never gonna escape those no season allegations, because God dog, he was eating her. Okay. So they did. Oh, I'm gonna show you the news reports, because I thought it was so funny. Wait, what's this? What's that? No, not that. Oh, this is another picture of him, by the way. Wait, where'd it go? I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I just thought this was so funny. I'm gonna read you this, especially here how there's a cannibal seen as killing motive. Human flesh found salted and cured at home of big colored man. Y'all, every article referred to him as it said big colored man. The dude was obviously like 6'4", 240 pounds. Right here. Startling charges. Get off my screen. Turn off. Startling charges were made by County Attorney E.H. Green of Bolivar County, which he said tended to link the 6'4", 240-pound colored man with the fiendish slaying and furnished the furnished the basis for his cannibalism charge. Portions of human flesh, said Attorney Green, salted and cured, and with what appeared to be teeth marks, have been found at the Coiner home. He was like big colored. Yo, I had another article, but I guess I forgot to send it to myself. But yeah, all the articles from him, they refer to him as a big colored man. I was like, that's funny as hell. I was like, yeah, that big colored. Oh my gosh. At least he seasoned them. Yes, he did. Daria Elizabeth, how late am I? Oh, baby. Let me hold your hand. But we're not done yet. We're not quite done. Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah. They got him. When they got him, y'all, he had confessed. Because, remember he was going by the other name, James Coiner, when he was in Michigan, Ferndale, Michigan. So they were trying to piece everything to him, but he was going by different names. So he finally confessed to them. They had came to his cell. They had officers and investigators come to his cell and investigate him in his cell. And he was like, yeah, I did it. He said, however, look, the 4 heads that you found in the back of my car, I did that shit. But I did not unalive nobody. He said, I got those heads from grave robbing. What he was doing with those heads, y'all, I can't say here. But he had a very good time with those heads. He said he did not take out even though I'm pretty sure he did, because what are the chances of 4 headless bodies being found and you have 4 heads in your trunk and you say you got them from grave robbing? But yeah, he got those heads and he was doing some freaky deaky shit with those heads, y'all. That man was on demon time, for real. And so, yeah, yep. He was then sent to Hinds County Jail. So here in Jackson, they sent him here to Jackson, Mississippi, to the jail. And he had trial down here for whatever reason. Now, after a 1-day trial, he was sentenced to pass away. On March the 5th, 1935, they took him to the gallows, literally. As they put the black hood and a noose around the black hood on his head and a noose around his neck, he was smiling. And then they was like, oh, well, they pulled that lever and he hung, and not like a horse. And that's it, y'all. That is it. We have 1.4 million likes. Y'all, that is insane. 1-day trial. They played games back then. In and out. They played no game. You right about that, Shine. They sure will quit. 1-day trial. They said it was a 1-day trial. And that was it. They said, we know you did it. Ain't no point arguing. Woo! You better this YouTube. I promise you, as soon as we get done, I'm going to try to get this on YouTube. Y'all, do another story. Y'all, I didn't do another story. Y'all know how long it took me to research all this shit? Like, literally, I'm not even going to lie to you. Y'all, this stuff literally took like 10 hours to get all the information straight. There was a lot of stories. We've been here for 3 hours, which is great. When the next time I'm going live? It would definitely be next Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. This was the best type shit time. Let's do Am I the A-hole? After researching that, are you okay, friend? Yeah, I'm fine. Because I don't look at the... I mean, as you can probably tell, I'm probably one of the few people that talks about true crime in the fashion that I talk about it. It don't bother me. However, last night I did have some crazy dreams that a kid was being chased by a lion. I don't connect the two. Eastern Standard Time? No, Central Standard Time. I'll work. But are you amazing? Thank you so much, lovely. I appreciate you. So that's why you should do another story. You have to do at least one extra. Y'all, there was 4 stories. Type shit. There was 4 stories. Natalie D, was you here? Was you here the whole time I was on here? Because I've been here for 3 hours. Miss Cat, you the best. You the best music. Lisa Baldwin, thank you so much. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Considering, especially y'all, I do not have time. Due to my job, I'm only at home 1 day a week. Except for this time, I actually took some time out because I went to the Black Rodeo this weekend. But like, generally speaking, I'm hardly ever here. So like, I appreciate you. And I'm gonna try to this week when I come back. I'm gonna try to get a video done for TikTok. Because for some odd reason, I guess when I don't do anything, TikTok actively removes followers. Like I'm losing followers faster than I can gain them. So right now, I've lost like 2,000 followers in like the last month. I don't even know what happened with that, but I'm gonna try my best to get something out for you guys because I really do appreciate you. I really, really do. Where do you go? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you all that. I don't like to tell about my job. This is my first time here. I really enjoyed this. Enlighten You. It's your first time. Oh, who's else first time is here? Welcome, Enlighten You. Who's her first time here? Whose first time is it? I got dinner cooked and everything. Thanks again. I'm so glad, Shine. Yo, I got there's almost 10 people. That's about 10 new people. Wait, it's still going. It's still going. We had about 20 new people. Make sure y'all follow, all right? Don't just be here suckling off my tits without following, hitting the follow button. I don't ask much from y'all. I don't ask nothing from y'all except to follow and share every now and again. But like, for real, I appreciate you guys. I've never watched a live this long. I'll be honest, I ain't never watched a live this long. But y'all are amazing. We ain't just sitting here just like bullshitting. We actually talking and getting to know each other. That's why it's so fun. Because honestly, I personally don't like watching lives. I think they're pointless. But what we have is something special. Y'all are something special to me. I actually enjoy talking to y'all because I don't really talk to a whole lot of people throughout my week. So this is literally the most that I ever talk is when I go live on Sundays. Outside of that, I really don't talk for like a whole week at a time. I don't work with people. I'm by myself like all the time. So I enjoy talking to y'all. And I've told y'all that before. I don't talk to people during the week. So when I come here, I actually enjoy talking to y'all and being here with y'all because I don't talk to anybody. Y'all are my friends. I see y'all more than I see my family. A lot of times, yeah, because sometimes I don't see my family for a couple of weeks, but I see y'all on a weekly basis. I love y'all. You should be a narrator in real life. Well, if I get paid, I just might. Lord knows. All right, you guys. I am about to enjoy the last few hours of my free time because I have to go back to work tomorrow. But I highly encourage y'all, if it's your first time here, go through my page. I have literally I think 300 videos or something close to it of all type of stuff. And like the last 150 at least are like 10 minutes long. Long videos. Go and watch something. Share, like, repost. Oh my gosh. All this stuff is highly appreciated. I appreciate all of y'all for actually being here. Y'all, we got 1.4 million likes. I've got a banner that popped across my screen saying that we've already broken some sort of record. But y'all, we do that often here, which I think is so wild that, I don't consider myself having a whole lot of followers. Well, a little over 300,000 ain't nothing to spit at. But, constantly, when we're on here, we're constantly doing better than every account on TikTok with a similar following. Y'all don't understand how amazing that makes you guys. Y'all don't understand how amazing that makes me feel because, once again, I don't talk to people. And I honestly, I enjoy talking to y'all. I know, y'all know TikTok been stifling my views, but I still come here because I enjoy y'all. I truly do. So I don't ever want y'all to feel like, one way or another, because I don't. I love y'all. I'm here for y'all. I'm here with y'all, for y'all. Y'all say ending at 1.5 mil. 1.5 mil. So, how much further we got? We got 1.4 mil. We're at 1.4 mil. Let's get to 1.5 mil then. Fine, I will read Am I the A-hole until we get to 1.5 mil. Now, granted, don't y'all stop hitting that like button. I ain't finna be, Let's get to 1.5 mil. All right. It's showing 1.5. I don't see 1.5. I don't see it. Y'all lying. Why y'all lying to me? Because I don't see it. Do y'all really see 1.5? Why ain't it showing me 1.5? Why ain't it showing me 1.5, y'all? Oh. For me, it's 1.5. Oh, well. I guess. See, some people saying 1.4, one saying 1.5. I'm going to keep going until I see 1.5. Because y'all may be playing with me. All right. Reddit. I'm going to keep going. Am I the a-hole? All right. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, the first one is what got me. All right, y'all. Am I the a-hole? This one says, am I the a-hole for telling my daughter-in-law that I will never be her mother and to leave me alone? Damn. What the fuck your daughter-in-law do to you, hoe? All right. This is mostly about my daughter-in-law, Kat. Her mother ran out on her when she was a child, and she went into foster care. According to my son, she's currently seeing a therapist. God dang. My issue with Kat is that she has repeatedly stomped on my boundaries. She's a very touchy person. She refuses to call me by my name and only refers to me as mom. You already off to a bad start, bitch. What the fuck is he talking about? You talking about she's touchy and she refuses to call you by... She's calling you... Whatever. I correct her every time since I'm not comfortable being called mom by her and I want her to use my name. There have been multiple times when she's asked inappropriate questions, mostly about why I'm not close to my old mother. For context, my mother was horrible. Kat keeps pushing the details and insists I should get closer to her because family sticks together. She basically tells me to forgive my mom, and she doesn't understand not being close with one's parents. I've told her to drop the topic multiple times, and she refuses. Because of all this, I'm not a huge fan of hers. I've spoken to my son about it, and he asked me to be patient. I've also talked to Kat multiple times and asked her to respect my boundaries. She always says she will, but then goes right back to ignoring them. This is where I might be the jerk. My daughter, Sam, Sam is 20, and I were taking a weekend trip. Sam has medical issues and needs to see a specialist a few states over. She hasn't disclosed the issues to the rest of the family yet. She plans to when she has a firm plan. Somehow, word about the trip got back to Kat, and she called me asking why she wasn't invited. I told her it's an important trip and not a fun one. She accused me of lying, claiming it's a mother-daughter trip and that she was excluded from. A trip that she was excluded from. I told her again it's not a girl's trip. She wouldn't let it go and started demanding that she come, saying that she's my daughter and needs to be there. I said no again. She kept insisting, saying I'm her mom and she has to come on this trip since it's my kid. That's when I snapped. I told her I would never be your mother, hoe. Just because she married my son does not make me her parent. I told her to leave me the fuck alone. She actually said that. Leave me the fuck alone. And that even if this was a mother-daughter trip, she still wouldn't be invited because she isn't my kid. Then I hung up. 1.5 million! Let me keep going. Hold on, wait. We're going to celebrate in just a minute. My son says I need to apologize and invite her. That I'm a huge dick to her. That I was way out of lines and need to make it up to Kat. The situation has spread to the rest of the family, and everyone seems to have their own opinion. Sam is getting flack too, which isn't helping, especially since she doesn't want to disclose the reason for the trip yet. Am I the asshole and need to apologize even though my true feelings on her trying to make me a parent? Am I being an asshole and need to apologize even though those are my true feelings on her trying to make me her parent? So what do y'all think? Is she the asshole? Oh yeah, y'all, we up 1.5 million. Y'all, this what's happening. I'm gonna celebrate more in just a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'm seeing a couple no's. Yay and nay. You're supposed to cry. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of yay and no's. Let me go and read a couple of y'all comments. Let me see. Y'all ain't really commenting. Oh, I see. There's other ways to approach the situation. Renee said there's other ways to approach the situation. Honestly, you're right about that. Like, for my family, it's different. I ain't gonna lie. My mom is one of those super touchy, lovey-dovey type people. This will never be an issue for her. Like anybody who's married to one of her sons, they call her mom. She wouldn't give a. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she would prefer it. But that's my mom. All right, she was always real touchy feely growing up, so she's a little different. So I can't speak for that. You can't bully her into a relationship. Miss Maria J. Nah, that is also true. Because as a person, she is entitled to her own opinions and feelings of who she wants to actually, call her mom. But I feel like she does. I feel like there's another reason why she don't like her, other than what she stated. Because honestly, it seems like she said that she stepped over boundaries, like she tried to talk about her mom and stuff like that. Try to get her close to her mom, but those don't seem like super terrible things. It just seems like, I don't know. I feel like she has another reason that she's not really disclosing. That's what it sounds. Now, Jen said daughter-in-law sounds exhausted. Could be. Could be. Could be. Something. S. Will said daughter-in-law not respecting mother-in-law. Clear set boundaries. Well, there are clear set boundaries, and that's true. I get that. I'm still looking at it from a point of my family, because there wouldn't be an issue for us, but I guess for other people, as all people, we do have the right to our own boundaries, and she's not respecting her boundaries. So I guess, I don't know. For family is everything, and my mom wants that. My mom wants that, especially for my daughter-in-law, because that's like her. Like Fred is like her daughter. I get it. If she lets her call her mom, then the daughter-in-law will start to really be a pain. Maybe so. Maybe so. Her real daughter is sick and it's not daughter-in-law business. That's true. Now, as far as the trip goes, she's definitely correct on the trip. Because it wasn't a fun trip. It was just that, and the daughter didn't want to tell people what was going on. So that is actually justifiable in that sense. But even before then, she didn't like her. We're not gonna beat around that bush. She didn't like her. All right, I know we have 1.5 million, but I'm going to do one more. This is going to be the last one. After this one, I'm really going to go. Y'all know the sun go down quick nowadays. Am I the asshole for telling my parents my brother had a child outside of his marriage? I don't know. Let's see. For years, my brother has been trying to go into business with my husband. It hasn't worked out for various reasons, but he finally had an idea that my husband thought would be successful. The thing is, before my husband goes into business with anyone, he does an extensive background check on them. I'm not sure if he made my brother aware he was going to do a check or not, but it's how he found out that my brother has a daughter outside of his marriage. Ooh. Oh, so I had no idea this child existed, and my husband warned me I shouldn't say anything, but I couldn't just not tell my parents. So I told them a few days ago, bitch. Why you do that? They were as shocked as me, as they also had no idea she existed, and they immediately confronted my brother about it. Turns out his wife is fully aware. See? Y'all bitches need to stay out your business. But said she would leave if he tried to include his daughter in the family, which is why neither of them told any of us about her. My parents want to meet her and include her in our family, but my sister-in-law is threatening to leave if that happens. So my brother won't give them her mother's contact information. They want my husband to find out for them, but he's refusing to get involved, so everything's a shit show right now. I personally want to meet my niece, so I've told my husband if he doesn't give me the information, I'll ask a friend he uses for background checks myself, which has caused multiple fights between us. Ooh, my brother hates me right now and is blaming me for his potential divorce, but I don't think it's fair, as I didn't know my parents would immediately confront him. I did ask them not to. Am I the a-hole? Yeah. I'm going to say yeah, and I'm going to say no. Alright, so... Oh, let me read what y'all say. Let me see what y'all say. Hold on, wait. Husband and brother are working together. Let it be. Oh, I take it back. Well, damn. Let her be. Hell no, my sister-in-law's wife is messed up. She doing too much. Cause that ain't fair on a baby not to have that access because he couldn't keep it his pants. I get you. Now initially, like in our family, my granddaddy got so many illegitimate kids. It ain't even funny. I just found out somebody who I thought was like my cousin turns out is my auntie. My first auntie. I've known this woman my whole life. My dad's sister. My granddaddy couldn't keep his wiener in his pants. I mean, I don't know. But in my family, despite all that type of crap, my family the type, if you have kids outside of you, the kids are gonna be around. Don't punish the kids. You know, you punish your spouse, but you don't punish the kids. Some people can see this as punishing the kids, but at the same time, they still it was their business because the child was with their parent. Maybe, I'm assumingly the child was not being abused or anything was going to the child. They overstep. No matter how we feel about it, they overstep. But let me see what y'all say. She knew her parents would do that. You about right, let it, Chameleon. Carmen said it wasn't her place nor her business. You right. As much as she may have wanted to see the niece, it wasn't her business, and it may suck. Cause if my brothers had a kid outside of us. Well, first off, they wouldn't hide it. It is what it is. We gonna find out about it. But I don't know. Once again, my family is real close, so this type of stuff is kind of foreign to me. Definitely the a-hole. None of her business. You and other people's business for your own selfish wants. Yes, 100% yes. Not really. What about the poor daughter? That's unfair to her. I get it. Wasn't her place to tell pretty eyes. You right about that. The child didn't deserve this. Cam Grant, you right. You are definitely right. Enlighten you. She should have went to the brother first. You know what? That may be the first real deal. Should have went to the brother first. Before she went to the parents, she should have went to the brother. She didn't say nothing to the brother, and she went to the parents. Even though her husband said don't go to the brother, but the husband also said don't tell nobody. She went and told her. So she just a nosy bitch. The child is already on the family. Their sister-in-law the a-hole. I really feel like the sister-in-law is, but it's the sister-in-law and the woman are the a-hole. Because when you step into someone's business, you did a background check that they didn't know about. So she said she ain't know. I'm not sure my brother was aware he was going to do a check or not. So the fact that you didn't talk to your brother first makes you the a-hole. Another good one. Should have kept quiet. Yes, a-hole. But bro is too. That's not the question. We all know the brother, he cheated. He shouldn't have did it. But he worked it out with his wife in their marriage. And they was doing whatever in their marriage to make it work. Sucky. In my personal opinion, ladies, if your spouse cheat, if you decide to stay, I mean, I guess I can't tell people what to do, but if you decide to stay, you have to accept the other kid. Men too, I guess, because the woman, if you decide to stay, now granted, they cheat, you have every right to leave. You have every right to leave, and you probably should. But if you stay, I don't think it's right to be like, okay, well, I'm going to make you a deadbeat father or a deadbeat mom to your child. That's how I feel about it. Because now that child is going to grow up without their biological parent in the mix. And honestly, I don't think you should do that. So it's best to probably just leave. And if you are a person who has done that, if you cheated and had a child on your spouse, and if they ever give you the ultimatum and you can't see your child, if you want to stay with me, just leave. Just leave. I don't know. I think that's probably what I need to do. I think that's probably gonna be the best thing. If you can forgive, that means forget it too. Right. Don't keep the person, man or woman, and then say, well, you can't have no access to your child, or you can't end up being with your child. That's cruel. That's borderline cruel. Just end it. Just end it. That's how I feel about it. I know you making money. Who making money? I don't get paid off this. get paid off this, but I would. Sure the hell would. Now the replacement of wife is out of line, and if he was a good dad, he'd tell his wife to go. Belladonna, I think we can all agree he probably ain't the best dad. If I had a kid, and if I was ever, whatever, and I had a kid or somebody that was like, well, you know what, I'll stay, but you can't be with your kid. Me personally, I'd be like, bye. It is what it is. But who knows? Who knows? All right, you guys. All right, you. Thank you, lovely, for being here. You say you just joined today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. It's been so fun. I want to thank all the new people for showing up and staying, because I know it was long. We've been here right now going on 4 hours. I know it was long. I'm going to try to make sure I get this whole thing on YouTube. As soon as we hang up, I'm going to go to my computer right here, and I'm going to start downloading and try to get these things on YouTube by tonight. But otherwise, thank you for being here. I love you guys. I care for you guys. I'm tired. We've got 1.5 million likes. I see 1.5 million. What do y'all see? Because apparently some of y'all see different numbers. What number do y'all see? 1.5. All right, everybody saying 1.5. Great. Great. All right, you guys. If you want to find the live on YouTube, it's Alan the Storyteller. I will be posting a live. It's what it is on YouTube. Hopefully this week I will get a actual TikTok video done. If I do a TikTok video, it's probably gonna be one of these stories that I already did. I did too much research to just do one live, so we'll see. But in either case, I love you. I appreciate you. I want y'all to enjoy your day. Have fun. Thank you for being here. Be safe, and I will see you guys next Sunday, which is gonna be the 10th, August the 10th, at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in Mississippi, so whatever time it is for you now, you just look it up. But I will see you guys next week. Love you. Peace out.